You threw away that card like that.
Yeah, Palpatine threw that card out real quick. Hey, what's going on,
Uh-huh.
guys? It is the fucking Friday Night Smashcast. Apparently you guys missed it. Eddie is severely scared of fucking spiders and
I,
Palpatine.
Yeah.
I completely forgot I should do that, only because he just finished playing Outlast.
I'm already shit scared right now. Like, I've turned the brightness down on my screen so it's completely black. I can't even see anything right now.
Oh, God.
I'm just saying, like,
It's gone. All you see is
Alright,
Jesse from
picture's
Breaking Bad
gone.
now.
it's okay. I mean, what am I losing from turning down my brightness? You ugly faces? Nah, that's it. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're missing us.
Now he's just got Jesse on his shit. Science, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Science.
that's not the one I'm using.
No, it's not. My bad.
Oh no, I'm sorry, no. I'm just using the one that he does say science, bitch.
No, science, bitch.
I'm
Oh,
not
my
using
God.
the one that I made, so.
But yeah, so that was definitely amusing. And then there's another story of how I am not getting my surgery done because oh my God, this is a debacle and a half. When you spend 3 hours of time in a doctor's office and you see that doctor 3 times in that 3-hour time period, you know it's time to fucking leave. So I got, like, my appointment was at like 11:20. I fucking got there early, filled all my paperwork out, which was a fucking packet like that fucking thick.
Damn.
Holy crap, man. So I fill all the crap out. I hand it in. And then the dude hands me 3/4 of the packet back. Well, this is for you. Why the fuck did I fill it out?
Yeah, shit. I don't need that bit.
I'm like, motherfucker, I don't want that shit. All right, whatever. So I fucking just about throw it in the fucking trash. And I finally go back to see the doctor. And they come in, they look at my slides, getting all the information, shit like that. And the one dude's like, just so you know, it's an inoperable tumor. I said, I've been told this. I said, I keep getting told that they can fix it and there should be a minimal fucking, recovery and this and that. I was like, so if we can get this done, then I'm all about it. If not, then point my ass in that direction out the door and I'm good for freaking leaving.
Yeah.
So another fucking hour goes by. I'm like, oh my God, you've got to be fucking kidding me. I have literally fallen asleep twice in this fucking office now. And my mom fucking looks at me and goes, and she's like, you do realize, like, you talk in your sleep? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Now, what you're talking about?
And she's like, no, dude, you do talk in your sleep. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, when the hell do I fucking talk in my sleep? She's like, no, you fucking do. I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
So what did they say afterwards then? I mean, what was their, like, okay,
Okay.
we brought you down here, we've made you do this.
Now, here, okay, so, you'll wait till we get into this. Oh my God. Okay, so then the other doctor that works there, I haven't met with my surgeon yet. He's over in the fucking hospital doing something. So, I end up having to fucking sit there and wait for this fucking dude to come down and fucking talk. And I'm like, alright, whatever. I'm fucking tired. I'm gonna go back to sleep. So, you know how they have, like, the doctors fucking, like, patients can sit on that shit?
Mm.
I had a chair, I pulled it right the fuck up, was like, alright, wake me when they get here.
Yeah.
Pass the fuck out. Another hour goes by, and the other fucking lady comes in, and I'm like, who are you? And she's like, oh, I'm one of the other partners, yada, yada, yada. And she's like, you realize that you have, and I'm like, yes, we're having a broken record competition today, apparently. I was like,
Yeah.
yes, I know it's inoperable. I don't know why the fuck I'm here. I was like, my doctor told me to come down, because apparently he met with this other guy, and everything was supposed to get fucking hash. They're like, oh, well, let me go page him. I'm like, do you motherfuckers not know what the fuck you're supposed to be doing first thing right off the bat?
Let me go page him. What was you doing until now?
I'm like, and I looked at him. I was like, not for nothing. I've been here for 2 hours now. I was like, I'm really not in the mood to fucking be here. I was like, I'm pretty content with, having chemotherapy. I'm fine with that. I was like, it's my doctor that's pushing for this shit. He thinks it can get done, and I'm calling bullshit. So finally, this dude comes in. He's like, I'm here to take care of you. I'm here to take care of you. And he's like, yeah, he's like, I could do the surgery. He's like, but, he's like, what would happen is you kind of have to take care of your health. And I'm like, okay. And please describe that one there. And he's like, well, you got to lose some weight. I'm like, oh, yes, because, that's real easy to do while I'm, battling fucking cancer. I was like, yes, let me deprive my body of all the fucking nutrients that it needs to fucking be getting in and go on a diet. It's like, that's a genius fucking move. But okay,
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking in my head. I'm like, this dude's gonna get punched in the throat. I'm gonna fucking punch this motherfucker
Any
right in the
second,
throat.
this guy's gonna fucking get it.
Yeah, so I'm sitting there, my mom's looking at me, and she sees my fucking blood boiling at this point. And I'm like, okay. So then he's talking about, like, you know, you'd have to get down to 161 pounds, and then we could do the surgery. It'd be easier on your body. And I'm like, okay, so what happens if, like, you know, one of these little seedlings that we have over here drips any sort of fucking fluid into the cut? I'm fucked. And he just goes, well, you know, I had this case before. Like, this guy was so out there and very, how can I put it, vague with any of his answers. This is how he answered my question. Well, I had a cancer patient before that had the colon reconstruction, and he also had a lot of hernia operations. So I was feeling his stomach, it was really soft. And he's like, you know, he's like, we were going to go in and clean out the colon reconstruction and everything else. He goes, and no sooner I open him up and where the hernia is, I was like, yeah. He goes, apparently he had the same kind of cancer I had, and little droplets of cancer cells fucking landed in the cuts from the hernia, and he had like one big massive tumor. And I said, so that's how you're answering this? He goes, yep, all right, good, sold. I'm not having the surgery. Let's go.
Yeah.
You can go fuck yourself. Thank you, you two, for your wonderful information. I was like, you know what? You ever touch me with a fucking scalpel, I will throat punch you before you can even think about it. And he just was like, I'm like, you know what? You can call Dr. Rajo and tell him I'm fucking coming after him next. I'm like, that motherfucker wasted my time.
He's getting it next.
I was like, oh shit, dude, I was so pissed. Like, why the fuck was I down there for 3 hours just to be told something I already fucking know? Anybody? I mean, really, it's like, come on, man. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I know, like, I understand where my doctor's coming from. He wants the cancer out of me. And I don't think he wants to wait the 5-year fucking routine that they're calling for. That's pretty much what it is, you know? Cancer, like, the chemotherapy will nitpick away at the fucking, you know, the chemo will do it to the cancer. It'll nitpick away, and it'll slowly but surely fucking make it smaller. And that's what it's doing. It's not like it's doing anything different. But to this doctor, he wants it, like, sped up, like, you know, like, done tomorrow. And I'm like, it's not going to fucking happen, dude.
Yeah.
I've looked into all the case studies that have the same thing, and they've all been inoperable. They've all haven't gone for surgery. And I'm like, look, I'm not putting my body through any more shit it fucking don't need to fucking be gone through. I was like, if you're going to cut me from fucking belly button to, like, that was my biggest fear, because I knew that's what he wanted to do originally. And I'm like,
Trying to cut you, split you in half, basically.
yeah, it's like, no, you can kiss my fucking ass. So that was my debacle today. So I'm like driving home with my mom, and she's like, that dude's fucking crazy. I'm like, you're telling me I'm going to sleep. And she's like, Jesus Christ.
From your, like, from that, it could progress way further than just bowel cancer, like colon cancer.
It could actually kill me.
Yeah, it would, like, spread to other places, at least, like...
It would be the death of me, is what it is.
Fucking hell, that's some shit.
So it would literally be the death of me, and this doctor don't fucking get it. And, like, he gets it, but he just, I don't know, I think he wants to see me, like, doing better. Because I did leaps and bounds on my first fucking chemo trip. I literally, like, you know, I had a tumor that was like 18 plus inches long go down to 3 inches. You know?
Mm.
And now I have a tumor that's 3 inches down to 2 3/4 inches. But I've only done like 7 fucking treatments. This asshole has not let me do, like, I have yet to do a full cycle of chemotherapy. And I'm like, can you please stop it? Just let me fucking finish.
Yeah, why doesn't he let you finish? What's his deal? Is he,
I don't
has he
know,
got, like,
dude.
a reason?
I have no clue, but my next fucking step is to either go to Moffitt Cancer Center and fucking deal with them. And here's the bitch about it. This guy's right around the corner, so I can get chemo done, and I'm literally right around the corner, you know? The other one's all the way down in Tampa, which is like an hour and a half out away, that I don't want to do, and I'd have to stay in a hotel room. And to be honest with you, I hate being alone when I'm doing chemo. I feel like shit. I don't want to fucking do anything. You know?
Hey, man.
Learn Photoshop.
No, dude. You know what? If I could actually do stuff, it'd be great. All I do is sleep on chemo, man. Oh. And it's just, it fucking sucks. Like, and then, you know, I deal with that shit. And then my fucking wife is talking to my fucking mom, and of course she opens her big mouth. And she's like, yeah, the last surgeon said that this stuff's going to kill him. I was like, thank
What?
you. And I looked right
Don't
at her and I
say
was like,
that.
and I was like, thanks. That's fucking awesome. Like, that really fucked my day up. Like, my mental state, dude, just went plummeting to the fucking ground. I'm like, hey, let's go grab the shotgun and take myself out now because that's what I just feel like doing. And she just looked at me and I was like, thanks, I'm going to bed. I was like, I'm just going to go to fucking sleep. Fuck this. And she's like, you okay? And I'm like, don't worry about it. I'm like, just don't talk to me, don't touch me. I'm like, I am not in the fucking mood. I just am tired. I was like, I'm moody, I'm fucking tired. And those doctors were assholes. I'm like, maybe I'm just overreacting to something right now, but I'm fucking tired and I'm just gonna go to bed.
Nah, they got you all the way up there. They were giving you this false hope.
Mm-hmm.
Then in the end, it was like, well, basically when I cut in, it could kill you faster. It's like fucking.
Yeah. So it just, like this whole day just fucking hurt my head, and I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me. So, like I've been, I'm not like an emotional ball of like shit. I'm just kind of like, what the fuck? Like it got me thinking all over again. I'm like, I don't like this shit. I do not need to be thinking. And it's like, fuck, man, I gotta, I have the will done. We need to fucking get it done up right by the fucking lawyer. And, is this in line? Is that in line? Like, that's what I started thinking. I'm like, all right, clear your fucking head and go to sleep. And that's all I did. Like, I passed out. It was comfy. It was a comfortable sleep. First time in a long time. Like, I haven't gotten that kind of sleep in a while, dude. It was like, oh, man. And then I woke up to an alarm. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I had a partial fever because with the cancer breaking down in my system from the radiation, it spreads like a little fucking, like it gives you the effects of feeling like you've got a virus. And I left my Advil in my mom's car. I'm like, can today just get any worse?
Please, make this worse.
And I'm like, my God. So, and I'm like, you know what? I got a quick way to fucking break that fever. Let me go sit in the hot fucking car that's like 125 degrees. That'll break real quick.
Oh, yeah.
I sat right in there, dude. 5 minutes. I started sweating, breaks the fucking fever. I'm like, all right, solid. Okay, let me go and get food for everybody. So it was like, all right, something fucking worked that I did today. And then I got food, and she was thrilled. And oh, man. Like, she flipped out on Haley today because Haley just opened her mouth. Haley was on Facebook 3/4 of the day at school. And I'm like, you're on my friends list, kid. I see when you go on. What the fuck?
I see what you're doing. I was gonna say, check this out, yeah. This picture on Twitter.
We're doing chat here, or
No, it's just on the screen.
Oh, my screen. I shared my screen. I didn't want to I just thought, fuck it.
what the fuck? I can barely see that shit.
What?
Is that dude's hand down her fucking pants?
Yep.
He's
I'll
saying
click on my
hello
face in
two
it so
different
everyone can
ways.
see that.
Dude, I have the one picture. I gotta find it. And it's like bricks will be shat when you see it. And it literally looks like this chick is like sitting there like with her legs wide open with a dick.
Yes, I've seen
But
that.
it's actually the boyfriend's hand and it's his thumb like, sitting in her fucking like on her thigh. It just looks like,
Yeah.
I was cracking the hell up when I saw that and I was like, that is just so wrong.
I love those ones because there's a couple of them like where it just looks like it's his head and then her legs and whatnot. You're like, the fuck, this guy is wearing a skirt and he shaved his legs. What the fuck? And you're like, oh wait.
Yeah, dude, I used to have like 1,000,001 of those demotivational posters. Were absolutely fucking hilarious. Just some of the shit it would say, like, one of them was Mexican frickin' beans. It'll destroy your system. And it shows this redneck, but he's not on the motorcycle anymore. But, like the motorcycle has been photoshopped out, but you see this giant flame coming out of his ass. But you can tell he was on a motorcycle for how wide his legs were sitting.
Mm.
And then one of them says a 40-pound box of rape, and it literally says that on the box.
Oh, no.
I was like, oh, wow. All
I've
right.
seen that one before.
I think there's a part of the internet that goes around and they're like professional Photoshop people and they Photoshop bikes out of pictures. And then it's really weird because you see these people just sort of like, yeah, whoa. And it's perfectly done, like the best Photoshopping I've ever seen. And just, yeah.
So how was your day, Eddie? I know I heard that you and Palpatine, actually, I've been on you the whole fucking time. Let me get off of there. Not like anybody watches the show. I have like one steady follower, and it's Gilly. So Gilly, when you're watching this, man, thank you.
What's up, bro?
Big
Yeah,
thumbs up.
I haven't seen Zip in a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
That's
dude, I don't know
what-
what happened to him. Like my faithful follower was like, "Fuck him." My ADD kicked in. I'm bored now.
Hmm.
Or maybe, I mean, it's still school, and the basketball season could still be going in school.
True. Yeah, because he does a lot of sports. So
Basketball always does run the longest. Football doesn't matter. Basketball,
well, football runs in the
And-
summers, man. You have the two-a-days.
yeah, I know, but I mean, it doesn't go into this time.
No, it'll start up in like June.
No. What I meant is, it doesn't bleed into the
Mhm.
this time right now.
Yeah.
When these things start, so he has the opportunity to watch these. Basketball and track can bleed into like nearly 10 p.m. to.
Yep. Hello, nurse.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Did any of you guys play the Metro games?
No.
I never played them. I mean, I never bothered to really look into it. But they're bringing it out. They're redoing it for the Xbox One and PS4. And it's actually really cheap. It's something like
Which
$20 or something like that.
Which one?
No, they're doing a mixture of
HD
Redux.
collection?
So what's that?
An HD collection, in a way.
Sort of. I guess that's what you can call it. But it's Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light. Sort of.
2033, Metro Last Light, and then the last one is.
No, it's only those two. It's only those two.
Oh, okay. So
And they've sort of like mashed them together, and apparently it's going to be sort of like a one big game. Like there's not going to be a split. But anyway, it looks interesting now, and it's only going to be something like $20. So I was like, meh.
Well, I heard they're good games. They just didn't get the.
The exposure needed. I
No,
heard that
right.
too.
There was another good thing that did come out of my lovely debacle today. I did get to have some Popeyes chicken.
Ah, well, there we go.
You know,
I'm
It's
telling
rolling
you,
almost
into
worth
the-
having the cancer.
dude, you got to understand Popeyes chicken compared to like KFC. Fuck KFC. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't mind their chicken. I
need
just
to go to
hate
America.
their biscuits.
Oh, dude, I love Popeyes biscuits. So much better than KFC's.
I could deny both and go to churches.
Yeah, I'd rather go to Churches as well. Well, here's the funny thing. Like, my mom's like, well, Churches isn't open. I'm like, all right, I'm fucking starving. It's like 10:30. I'm like, I don't care where we go. And the last time we were down here, we were like, look, we're going to stop off at Popeyes one of these times. And we never did. And then Cobe and I, when Cobe was down, we passed the Popeyes, not in the ghetto, like in the middle of Bumblefuck.
Yeah.
It was like a Church's chicken. Yeah, dude, it was like a Church's chicken and a Popeyes in the middle of Bumblefuck. I was like, damn, dude. And we also found a Hardee's, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Or was it a Carl's Jr.?
No, it was Hardee's.
It was Hardee's.
It's the same
Yeah,
thing.
Same
yeah,
thing.
Hardee's, Carl's Jr., same thing, yeah.
Same fucking thing. So it was cool, though. Like, we're like, all right. So, we're down in Tampa, the lovely ghetto. And my mom's like looking, and I'm like, I do not like McDonald's breakfast. I'm like, I just can't stand it. And I'm like, well, there's a Taco Bell over there. I could go for. And all of a sudden, my mom sees Popeyes. And I'm telling you, dude, my mom is like a crazy fucking driver when she wants to be. And I've never knew that like a fucking. It's a Mazda CX-7, I guess? CX-6? I don't know what the fuck it is. A CX-5? Whatever the fuck it is. We're going down in numbers here.
Is it a Volvo? Did you say it was a Volvo?
No. It's a Mazda.
Okay, well,
And
MX-5 maybe.
no, it's a mini fucking SUV. It's one of the hybrid type deals.
Ah,
And
okay.
she gets this thing sideways to get into the fucking parking lot. She literally like saw it and was like, "Roar!" Boom! I'm like,
Shit.
Have you been
Mama
home?
Smasher is rocking it.
I'm literally gripping onto my seatbelt going, we're gonna die! Oh, the painkillers have kicked in. We're gonna have a good night.
We're on fire, Ricky Bobby.
I was like, holy shit, Mom. I was like, you should have fucking done NASCAR. And she's like, well, I did stock. Well, she did stock car racing. That was the funny thing. Like, she drove for my grandfather, man. My grandfather was, like, really not happy about it the one time because she replaced one of the drivers. And my mom was so short, they had to put blocks on the fucking on the pedals.
The pedals.
But my mom, but dude, check this out. My mom in a stock car race, it was sprints. She ended up coming in fucking second.
Nice.
Like my mom could fucking drive. I was like, hot
Badass.
shit, badass. My mom was a greaser. She hung out with all the greasers, and it was funny because like I guess my dad was a hippie. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out like my dad with long hair. And my brother's got pictures, and he showed me, and I couldn't stop laughing because my dad is like Jeremy. You met my fucking dad.
Yep.
Does he seem like anybody that would have a long hair, pierced
No.
fucking ear?
No.
No. In a band, playing guitar.
No.
Yeah, dude, that was my dad. My brother showed me pictures. I was pissing myself. I'm like, that's dad? And he's like, yeah, dude. I was like, who are you and what did you do with my father?
I had a child, and it all went downhill.
No, he had 2 kids. Well, here's the thing, like, I'm like airing out family secrets and shit. My brother isn't my dad's biological kid. No, my dad and his mom got together, and my dad adopted him. So, in all reality, my sister is the only biological kid that my dad had. So, that explains why my sister always got the better treatment. No, I'm joking. No, my dad treated us all the same, which was cool, It was always amusing because you had Alex and I, which always were the tan ones, and then my sister was the pale pasty white one, and then my dad was pale pasty and my mom was pale and pasty. It was like, what the fuck? You got 2 adopted fucking kids over there? Where'd you steal them from? And my brother was never around, so I was always around. So it was like, you take me to the beach, dude, and I'd start off this fucking color, and I'd come back and I'm like chocolate brown. Chocolate rain. Sorry. I'd come back and my mom's like, Brett, where are you? I'm like, right in front of you, Mom. She's like, oh my God. You've tanned about 19 different shades of brown. I'm like, yeah, what do you want to do? She's like, oh, let's get you over here. So then we'd go to the mall or some bullshit like that, and it was like white kid, brown kid, dark brown kid, white parent, really white parent. The fuck? But, it was amusing. I mean, we had a great fucking childhood. My parents weren't rich, but, we made do. And it was funny, like, my mom was kind of going over, like, pictures today with me of when I got adopted and the first time I ever saw a bed. That's my first memory of America, was the first time I ever saw a bed. Because in the orphanage in Korea, we slept on floors, man. There
had it rough, boy.
Dude, okay.
The floors are comfortable if you find the right spot.
If you find the right spot.
If you find that nice piece of concrete.
Like,
No, it sounds weird, but I'm not kidding.
Dude, a floor can be comfortable if you find the right spot, but concrete, not so much.
Yeah.
Oh, it depends. I mean, how tired you are. We used to pass
This is
out
true.
after football all the time. We didn't care. It's just like...
Yeah, so, now check this out, like...
I was gonna say, I could just see it. That age, you're walking in the bedroom, you see that bed, you're gonna look up at your mom and go, "The fuck is that?
No.
what do I do with that?"
You think about this, I'm pretty much like 3 years old. Like, I just had my 3rd birthday, and they showed it, like, my mom and dad showed me the bed, and my mom, like, sat down and showed me, like, the springiness, and I was small enough, dude, where I just started jumping on the fucking bed, cracking up hysterically. Like, this is the greatest thing ever. In my head, I'm going, got no clue what I'm doing here. This is a really strange place, but this shit's fun. And then I slept on the floor.
I used to get yelled at for that all the time.
Same here, dude. And you know what?
I would get off. I would get tucked in, grab the blankets, and just go on the floor.
Dude, my parents used to flip shit on me for that one. I was like 16, 17, sleeping on the floor because the floor was more comfortable than my bed.
I was created blanket forts.
Yeah, dude, when I was younger, when I was like 10, 11 years old, we used to always have blanket forts. We had this company called This End Up, and I think This End Up ended up going This End Down just because everything they made never fucking broke. Like, I'm being dead serious.
Someone needs to buy another one.
Like, let's put it, yeah, dude, I'm being dead serious. Like, I had a bed. I ended up selling it, but my bed was from when I was like 4 years old. And I was 30, and nothing wrong with that fucking bed whatsoever. It was just all wood, dude, like oak. Like, this shit was fucking heavy. And you had, like, lag bolts that were, like, yay fucking long.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, dude, this thing did like, and then I had a bunk bed, which was badass, and a desk. And I mean, this desk literally fell down a flight of fucking steps, and nothing fucking happened to it. I was like, holy shit. Well, that explains why the company went out of business.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I ended up, and I have a shelf too that's in the house somewhere that literally, dude, like we went surfing on this thing down the fucking steps and couldn't beat the shit out of it. I was like, holy fuck, man, this shit's awesome. And I got this stuff when I was like 4 years old, and it's like, dude, 30 years later, it's like, crap, man, this stuff's still freaking going. No wonder the company's not around.
Don't worry,
You
give
know,
it to me. I'll try some thermite on it. That'll sort out.
Yeah. I was like, you know, when
Dude,
they shut
my
the doors
fucking-
to the business, they're like,
Dude.
God damn it, we made this shit too damn good.
Dude, I'll put
Yeah.
it to you this way. My desk had burn marks in it from my magnifying glass, and it didn't catch on fire.
Kid, you were just like, yeah, I'm gonna magnify everything.
Yeah, dude, I was bored. I mean, dude, the best was watching my buddy fucking do it on the back of his hand. He's like, you can't do that with a fucking left the fucking burn. I'm like, you're a dummy. Next time, do it on one of your testicles.
Yeah.
I was like, I was like, we want real amusement and enjoyment. Do it one on your nuts.
And video record it, make sure, so we can
Okay.
put it on the internet.
Yeah, Pixar, it didn't fucking happen.
Oh,
Yeah.
that reminded me I recorded something yesterday.
So,
Oh god, we're talking about testicles and recording, and now it's just popped in his mind.
Remember when I told you I was going on a walk?
yeah.
Yeah, so I completely forgot about this because it just like it happened, and I was like, "What the hell just happened?" So I'm walking, and I'm listening to music. I look up, and there's like a fireball just slowly flying in the air, and I'm like, "Is it?" I was so confused because you just see like this flaming ball flying pretty high up in the air, traveling super slow. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I couldn't tell whether. Yeah, I recorded it. It just looks like a big ball of fire.
Sweet, you got a fucking UFO on fucking...
or
Yeah, shit.
or somebody who had a lantern.
Yeah.
And the thing is, lanterns don't burn like that.
No, but did you
unless
ever
it catches on fire?
did you ever see those things? You put the candle in the fucking middle, and the heat from it lifts it all the way up into the
Yeah,
fucking.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Those
Chinese
yeah,
lanterns.
that's what they call the Chinese. That's what's
The Chinese lantern.
hmm
Yeah, because we usually do that 4th of July. We like 172 of those bitches off. It looks kind of funny when all of a sudden people are like, "It's aliens!" No.
The first thing you jump to is aliens.
Yeah. No,
Well,
it's
dude,
not
it's-
aliens. It's just the
Florida,
Chinese.
man.
Don't worry about
What do you expect? It's Florida, dude.
it. Yeah.
Oh my god, it's the aliens.
So, you know, getting back to my
Everybody come.
construed childhood, like to actually like give you an insight on this orphanage, dude. There was like every disease known to fucking like child disease, like known to man, fucking ripping around there, like impetigo, fucking like it was really nasty. My mom said like when I came over, I had like so many bug bites and like scabs, cuts, scrapes, bruises, bumps, the whole fucking nine. Where like there was like one spot on my cheek that she could fucking kiss, and that was about it. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. Why didn't they show that in any of the fucking pictures? And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, dude, they made such a big stink about me coming over to the country. I have a whole newspaper spread from like Doylestown. Like they made such a big and I'm like, why did you guys? And it was because the editor-in-chief was my grandfather, and it was my mom. So his daughter's adopting a child from another country. So they fucking wanted to use it as a fluffer piece, I guess. I don't know. But I remember the first night, I'm like, you know, I grabbed the pillow and grabbed the blankets and just plopped down on the floor. And my mom tried to put me in the bunk bed, and every time I'd just roll up the bed and bring the fucking shit with me and plop on the floor. And she did this about 8 different times. Finally, she's like, fuck it. You sleep there. I wouldn't let anybody take my shoes because apparently in the orphanage, like, people would steal other kids' shoes. Like, it was really that fucking bad.
Yeah.
So like, I remember getting fitted for shoes, and I apparently, like, pitched to such a fucking fit that, like, my mom had to show me, like, there's other shoes. Like, I had to hold on to the shoes physically in a box.
Like, shoes will come back. There'll be other shoes.
Yeah. And it's funny, my mom still has the first pair of shoes that I have, like, that I wore when I came over to the country. And this is, you want to hear a good laugh? My
Go on.
grandfather's lucky number is 32. on my shoes was written number 32.
Hmm.
So it was kind of like, I was apparently meant for this family. Like, and my lucky number over the years turned out to be 32 as well. So it was always amusing. My grandfather had like a 1965 Fiat Spider, and on the front grill, he had 32 done into the freaking grill. And, I remember getting to take that thing around, and the worst thing was the wheel cylinders on that thing would start to swell, and then you could only go in reverse.
Oh.
It was bad. That car was such a piece of shit, but my grandfather loved it when it worked. It was fun. I mean, dude, it was a fast little fucking thing to rip around in, but finally my grandfather's like, I'm selling it. I can't do this anymore. I'm like, my grandmother's like, thank God. Because, dude, I was 6 years old, 2 miles from my house, and then it happened. So we had to pull the car over to the side of the road and walk 2 miles. And I remember my grandmother going, I'm going to kill you, Eddie. But I'm pretty sure. And she's like, I'm pretty sure the little one over here is going to kill you, too.
Hear that, Eddie? You're going to die.
I'm going to die. That's me.
My grandfather's name was Edwin, but everybody called him Eddie.
This guy's name is Edward.
Edward. Nah,
Edward.
That's something that people always say. They always say Edward. It's just, that's totally not my name, but people say Edward. I'm like, meh, why not?
What is your name, if you don't mind me asking?
Edinator.
That's a trade secret.
It's a trade secret. Okay, I'll give you my Korean name if you give me your real name there, buddy.
I can't make any promises, but I want to know how hilarious your name is.
Oh, dude, my name is absolutely fucking hilarious because apparently part of it means patience, and I have none of that.
Okay.
It's Nahi Kong. N-A-E-H.
That sounds pretty like
K-O-N-G.
oh my God, it's Nehi Kong, like Godzilla.
Yeah,
sort of
like
thing.
Godzilla.
It just sounds like
Oh,
somebody
yeah.
burnt his tongue trying to yell at a Mexican. Mexican.
Yeah, that's what it. Dude, I'm so happy that I got the name Brett. I'm like, holy crap. But yeah, apparently the name means like strength and patience. And my mom's like, she's like, yeah, you have plenty of strength, but no fucking patience. Save your ass. She goes, I don't know, there's something wrong with your mom. I was like, yeah, she was a dancer in a military hall. You know what that means? She was a whore. Dude, that's what it says in my file. I have a file on my mom that if I actually, well, now I can't because the embargo is fucking done between Korea and North America. But if I wanted to find my mother, I could have. And I was like, nah, dude, I'm content with what she did. I'm happy that she gave me an opportunity to live a better fucking life than what she could give me. So, and I'm looking at her name and I'm like, okay, her name was Kang Kong. And I was like, all right, that's cool, whatever. But it was like, she was apparently like with my dad out of wedlock. We don't know. Like, it's really weird shit, and my dad don't like to talk about it. So, and then I've got, the whole, she was a dancer in a military hall, and I'm like, dancer in a military hall. 2 + 2 is 4. She was a whore. And my mom just looked, and she's like, you never know. I'm like, don't give me the you never know bullshit. I'm like, if you're a dancer in a military hall, you know what you're doing. You're on that pole 24/7.
It's like those times where you ever have one of those friends that comes up to you and says, so when's your birthday? And then they're like, yeah, this day. I'm like, when's your dad's birthday? And then it happens to turn out to be like 9 months before your birthday. You're like, oh God.
Eddie, when's your birthday?
January.
When's your father's birthday?
March.
That's roughly around 9 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's like, damn it.
Goddamn.
Johnny is apparently having a fun night.
Yeah, he's out with his wife, he said. He's like,
No. Here. Remember how we were talking about, like, the music stuff the other day?
oh, God, yeah.
This made my day even better.
I got nothing.
You gotta click the sound on.
Yeah, you gotta click
No.
on it.
No, I clicked the link and I got this big sad face.
That's absolutely hilarious. It's on Vine.
Oh, it's on his. It's on his Twitter
yeah.
too.
I don't know if you refresh the tab.
I love Johnny.
Johnny cracks me up. I enjoy talking to that dude.
Yeah.
Though I will say last night, man, holy shit.
Oh, that was the best.
That was a little. Well, I thought it was getting a little heated there.
I know it was getting heated, but at the same time, it's just.
When you're spitting out truth to somebody, and sometimes they don't want to listen. It's all good.
Oh, I thought you were talking about his anger towards the getting the website.
Oh yeah, dude. I felt bad for him, man. I thought he was gonna flip shit, bro. Like it works for us.
And there and then lies the problem where he says people don't take me seriously. I'm like, it's kind of hard because when your anger sounds like you're joking.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. Like, he's a good fucking dude. I gotta say, Johnny cracks me the hell up. Some of the shit he does is absolutely fucking hilarious. And then some of the shit he does, I'm like, really? Did we really need to tweet you on the toilet taking a dump?
I still haven't seen that, so.
That was from yesterday. He's like, yeah, I was taking a shit at work. I'm like, that's wonderful.
I don't need to because I told he Snapchatted me.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that when he Snapchatted you.
Back when Snapchat Snapchat first integrated its little, like message to message. If you just hold each other, you can face cam.
Mm-hmm.
He sat there, did that, and then showed the toilet flush.
Oh God!
And then he finishes. Yeah, that just happened.
That's the kind of friends we are too. Like that's the most fucked up thing out of them all.
Eddie.
Bros for life.
Eddie. With the movie, did you see it in 3D?
I did, yes.
It was totally worth it.
Totally.
Right, so we kind of veered away from the original question that we started off with.
What question was that?
What's your name, Eddie?
Oh no, I was fucking.
I was.
Eddie is my only name. Like, I was just like, oh my god, I have something to leverage.
So it's what, Eddie?
Eddie.
Edward?
Like,
No,
I
think his birth certifice literally says Eddie.
It's just
So-
that's it.
so-
Okay, Eddie
it
is
actually
just said
is
in a
Eddie,
Turkish
it's not a
accent.
stage
It's
name.
really weird.
All right, too many people talking at once.
Yeah. So
It's
it
just in
really
a Turkish
is.
accent.
Eddie, shut
It
up.
really is. So it really is Eddie. Eddie is not a stage name.
No.
No, not like some people that we know.
Right.
Oh no, that's not true. Eddie, I'm tired of calling you Eddie. Can you tell me what your real name is? I know Eddie is your persona.
No, I mean, well, I've got a YouTube personality, but not
Yeah.
like a name. I mean, the name's the same, but
Were you that unoriginal where you couldn't come up with two completely different names?
Wait. Are you Super Tuber Eddie, host of Inside Eddie?
That's a lot.
Eddie,
That's a lot of Eddies in one Eddie.
the owner of
Yeah.
SuperTuber Eddie, who is the host of Inside Eddie.
All right.
That's
Eddie,
a lot
Eddie.
of Eddies inside Eddie.
And now you got a little piece of Eddie inside you.
Damn straight.
That sounds like a whole lot of piece, not a little piece. So I've been hooked on watching fucking Wolfenstein walkthroughs, actually.
I saw you like the
really
one
wanna play
that
that.
I sent you.
Dude, oh my god, it
I've
is...
seen one. I'm like, you watched the whole 3 hours of the cutscene?
No. I was actually thought I was on the other one, and I'm like, there's no game... Oh, crap, this is a cutscene. So I went to the other one, and...
It was hard to tell, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really is. Oh, I figured it out. The one... I remember how I was telling you that there were two gameplays, and they were both 6 hours apiece?
Yeah, one.
The first one is no commentary. The second one is commentary.
Yeah, that's what I told you. He uploaded each episode. Eddie, I found this guy who played the whole game of Wolfenstein in like 8 hours from its release.
6 hours.
Damn.
No, but I mean the first episode was uploaded within 8 hours.
Yeah, he beat the game in 6.
Yeah,
Shit.
and then he
Proper,
uploaded.
like, has he played it before? Or
No.
No, like moment. There are people that just play it on like. What was the difficulty he played it on? He played it on Uber, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, which Uber is apparently not that hard because a lot of people beat the hardest difficulty in like 6 to 7 hours.
Yeah, and it was pretty cool, like, watching it. Like, I'm still going to buy the game, but I just wanted to get, like, a taste for what it was like, dude. And I'll tell you what, man.
It's
That
brutal.
the first half hour, 45 minutes, and then you get the opening scene to the fucking game. I'm like, that is epic.
That's the same thing that happened with me with Assassin's Creed 3.
Yep.
Although I never got to the credit scene because I was told that I didn't get there yet because
No, you didn't.
I got stuck on the boat playing the game. I played a game within a game. I got caught in boatception.
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 Do you have the jump drive?
Can you do it?
Yeah, I can do it while I'm streaming. Get the jump drive. It's not gonna fucking do anything bad to the computer. Oh man, so yeah, dude, like watching the gameplays for that shit's fucking brutal, man.
Have you guys seen the trailer for Watch Dogs?
I've seen a bit of
I don't need
gameplay
to.
as well.
I'm gonna live in it soon.
To be honest with you, like it sounds really weird, but like since they keep pushing it back, and now it's got like a definitive date and everything else, it kind of lost a lot of the hype for me.
This is next
Yeah.
week, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
Tuesday.
like I'm really like, you know what? Now I don't know. Like my biggest thing is like, I don't want anybody joining my fucking game when I'm just playing single player.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's,
That shit's gonna get on my nerves. I'm like, you know what? No, we're not doing that bullshit.
Let's drop Watch Dogs and go on the best game trailer I've seen this week.
Oh, Batman,
Minecraft.
Minecraft. I don't know, dude. That Batman fucking second trailer.
Yeah.
It was Batman. Like I saw the trailer for the Transformers movie. I'm like, this looks awesome. Then I saw Batman. I'm like, I forgot about the Transformer.
Yeah, dude. Transformers just still really vague.
Oh no. Here's the Eddie. You saw it in 3D, so you saw the trailer in 3D, right?
yeah.
It makes it look even better.
No,
See, that's
3D
the
makes
thing,
everything look better.
Yeah, I'm one of the guys that really likes 3D, and I know you guys are, right? But there are some people out there that are like, no,
Some
fuck
movies,
3D.
some movies are horrible in 3D.
Yeah.
I can get that.
But the X-Men movie was done really well.
Yeah.
The trailers showcase the movie, so obviously the Transformers one is done really well, and the Guardians of the Galaxy one's done really well.
I can't wait to fucking see that.
I can't. And Edge of Tomorrow, I
That
really
was-
want to see that one now.
I don't know. I think because it's Tom Cruise, I'm like meh. I don't know if it will happen.
Yeah, like I don't want to see it, but I do want to see it, even though
I want
once
to see it
again,
because it's an interesting plot. It's
Yes.
like a purgatory.
It's
That's
like
like-
futuristic
Yeah,
Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day.
yeah, it's like futuristic Groundhog Day. But you know what though? I really liked Oblivion too.
It's a futuristic war Groundhog Day.
Yeah, like I really
Yeah.
dug Oblivion though. Like Oblivion was to me was a fucking solid movie.
I haven't seen that one yet.
It's
Because it came out around the same time the Will Smith movie came out,
mhm.
After
and I really was like, no. After Earth,
After Earth. That wasn't bad.
Dan
Yeah,
brought
it
this
was,
up yesterday.
Alright.
Dan brought this up this morning, and we completely forgot about it. Now we have to ask again. Eddie, how exactly was Need for Speed?
Oh, I already
what
told
was the
you.
movie? The thing is, yeah, it was a very good shot, very well shot, I should say. Yeah. The only thing that makes it like the thing that you have to compare it to is Fast and Furious, right?
Yeah.
The only reason why it doesn't beat Fast and Furious is because you're already invested in the characters in Fast and Furious. You care about what happens to Dom. You care about what happens to everybody else. In this one, it's just a whole bunch of characters that completely you don't know and don't really care about. But they do make some really good fast action scenes, and to everybody else, it's gonna seem like Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tokyo Drift was just for the cars. The story was so rubbish. But that's what everyone's going to compare it to. But I think there was actually a decent story behind
You
it.
didn't like the story?
I liked
I liked
Tokyo
it.
Drift.
But
I
it
felt
didn't.
bad for Han, and that was before they made Han a main character.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you mean Han in? Oh, you mean in Tokyo Drift?
Yeah.
Han was the only character that sort of fit the whole thing. Like, I get that he wasn't in his own country, so it
I
didn't
guess-
make sense.
I wonder
But
if
he
they
was
had
such a bad
pre-
character.
I wonder if they had it pre-planned. I don't
I
think
don't
they
know.
did.
No,
I don't think they did. No, I think they made it work.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
I'm still really thrown against the fence on the whole Paul Walker, 4 different people CGIing his face and his voice, and
Hey,
Yeah.
well, actually, they didn't CGI him or use
No,
his
they're
face.
doing
I was gonna say that. Imagine Dr. Parnassus movie of Heath Ledger.
yeah,
Brought in those, but they didn't look like Heath Ledger though. That's the only thing.
it's going to be interesting. I mean, to see how everything goes. I was just very like, we'll see. But I mean, I definitely want to check out friggin' Spider-Man, which I'm like a quarter of the way through. I'm
Which
at Spider-Man 2, The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
You're a quarter of a way.
I
Yeah.
thought it was pretty good.
Okay, so you saw the first, at least first half hour.
Yeah, where I'm still at where they're in the airplane, or they were in the airplane, and they were trying to send everything back, and
Okay.
then boom, and then that's about it. And I was tired and was like, I really need to go to bed.
So you saw the first quarter where Spider-Man, it felt cartoonish, but it felt right.
Yeah,
Because that's what it felt when I saw it for me. The first little bit, the first half hour or so, it was kind of cartoonish, but it felt like the cartoony Spidey, the cool, jokey Spidey.
mm-hmm.
The next
I
hour or so.
like Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man a lot better than Tobey Maguire.
I just find him weird when I hear him talk, and he sounds like Eddie.
What, when he normally talks?
Yes.
Yes.
Eddie, can you speak American again?
Now, was
That wasn't
anybody a really big Constantine fan? Like of
Yeah.
the comic? Of the comic. We're not talking about the movie.
No.
I like Keanu Reeves.
I
Never
hate
in the comic.
Okay, the comic. Here's the issue. Okay, the comic book was drawn more towards like Sting back in the '80s, blonde hair, very snarky, had a chip on his shoulder, shit like that. And then they came out with Constantine, which Keanu Reeves, black hair. Yeah, his character just really didn't match up. I guess NBC or CBS, I think it's NBC, is doing a TV show, which is Constantine, and apparently they have nailed it right on the fucking head,
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
and it looks awesome. Like
Well,
that.
the also cool thing about it being on TV is they have the ability to go off already a pre-written basis.
Mm-hmm.
Movies, you have a limited amount of time, and they just figured they'd switch it.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, when I talked to my friend about the X-Men movie, they did change some subtle things. So if you know, I'm pretty. You said you knew the story that Days of Future Past,
Mm-hmm.
right? There are little bits. There are things might irk you,
Mm-hmm.
but they made it work because the way they made the universe.
All right. Well, that's cool though, man. I mean, I'm not gonna get too bent out of
But
shape.
you're
about
but you're
some
also
stuff.
gonna get mind fucked at the end,
Yeah, that's what I was told to get ready for.
right, Eddie?
Pardon?
I swear to Christ, my wife fucks up a pack of cigarettes every time.
Not the end of the credits, but like what happens at the end of the movie
You see this shit?
where we can't talk about it.
Don't talk about it.
Yeah.
All
You
right,
see this shit? Every fucking pack of cigarettes that my wife touches, this fucking happens.
what is that?
How the hell? What does she do?
I don't know, man. Like,
Open it.
she like is like raw, and then like rips it. I'm like, what the fuck? Like every pack of cigarettes, she's like, this somehow happened. I'm like, hey Chongo, stop being a fucking mongoloid.
Yeah.
Hey, Chongo.
I love my wife to death, man, but I felt bad for her. She had a shitty day at work today, and there's a girl that they have. She works after Jen, but she got stuck working with her today. And this woman doesn't know how to email anything out. I'm like, I thought that was a prerequisite to like be working there as
Yeah.
a secretary. And she's like, that's what I thought too, but she can't do anything without us having to do it for her. So I'm like doing double the fucking work. And then like the woman spilled super glue and didn't even try to get it off the desk. Like I guess she ate something and like, fucking greasy fingerprints were all over her fucking keyboard and shit. She's like, I'm gonna kill this bitch.
Yeah. Stab worthy that.
She's like, I spent the first day after the lady fucking worked there. She spent the first 45 minutes in the morning just cleaning her desk. She's like, it looks like a fucking atom bomb went off of my fucking desk. And she's like, I ripped into her about it. I was like, good. Now there's this other lady, Kathy, that works there that's very snarky with everything. And it seemed like she tried to get Jen to get fired at one point. Now Nancy realizes what Jen actually does, and it's very good for the company. So now, she was not trying to, make it seem like the other woman was not doing her job right. Like, she wasn't trying to, seem like she wanted to get her fired.
Mhm.
And, the owner's even saying, Nancy, you need to calm down. You can't get her fired. And she's like, I'm not, but this is the problem. Nancy's always had that prerequisite of, I'm a bitch, I'm going to try to get everybody fired because I want more money for myself. And for the first time that Nancy's actually trying to be nice.
She seems like she's trying to.
She seems like she's trying to get her fired. I'm like, yes, karma. You stupid bitch. Well, dude, like there was at one point they didn't know what was going on. She stopped taking her blood pressure medicine. Now Nancy's an older woman. She's probably in like her 50s, 60s, and she stopped taking her blood pressure medicine, and her shit was all over the place. I'm like, how do you forget to stop taking your blood pressure medicine?
Yeah, it's sort of like a lifestyle.
I don't know about you, but like the first thing I do when I wake up is take my blood pressure medicine, take my fucking ADHD meds, and my fucking depression meds, and there we fucking go. That's how I start my day. And if I'm close to fucking tired, I'm awake in about 20 minutes.
Yep.
That ADHD meds, man, and it's a time release. I'd be afraid to see that all in one fucking dump right off the bat. I'd be like the fucking...
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I'd end up being like the Micro Machines fucking dude. Who was in the Transformers movie, the original.
Micro Machines.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little fucking cars that were like...
I know
yeah,
what they are, but what did you mean by...
Did you ever hear the announcer for that?
No.
All right, go on to...
So fucking fast.
Yeah, dude, he was...
Yeah.
He could actually... He was like... He had the Guinness Book of World Records for like the fastest speech.
I don't remember the commercials that well.
YouTube
Because
it.
you were young, dude.
Yeah.
But I remember Micro Machines because I was actually a fan of the mini playsets over the big old playsets. I don't know, something about portability, still to this day.
But I mean, what I'm saying though is like at that point, at their peak, you weren't even like a twinkle in your father's eye.
Yeah.
I was never a twinkle in my father's eye.
You're staying on the bed sheet.
Oh,
No, because if that happened, I would never have been here.
This is true.
I'm a
Oh,
survivor. How did that Destiny Child lyric go?
I don't know.
I'm a survivor. I lost my fiver. I jumped on the bus and knocked out the driver. That was the version we used to sing at school, anyway.
Oh God, could you see Eddie fucking? By the way, that was a nice picture that Dan sent you.
The guy. What was his name? Lucas or something.
Lucas. Yeah, dude, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I didn't see the caption or anything of that sort, and I looked at it and I'm like, dude, that looks like Eddie a little bit.
Yeah.
And he
I saw it
goes,
and I was like, fuck.
he's like, yeah, it does. All right, there you go. There's the
Watch
microphone.
that. Yeah. I just posted one too.
But I was just like, damn, that guy kind of looks like Eddie.
I remember this commercial. I remember this playset because I had it.
How many takes did it take to do this?
Well, he's faster than Twister.
Busta Rhymes needs to take lessons from this guy.
He can out-rap a rapper.
He also did a FedEx commercial. Dude, I had so many Micro Machines. I remember my dad almost killed
Oh
me.
my god. Watching Backsmashers Link actually sounds like the 80s. It hurt my ear.
Yeah, dude.
If you guys don't watch it now, obviously, but if you guys ever get bored and whatnot, there's this guy. He unearthed a Turkish Superman video, and it's the worst piece of cinema you've ever seen. And anyway, you can watch that at your own leisure. Whatnot.
All right, watch the video I just threw in there. He does the Oscar recap.
Uh-huh. Mhm. Okay. No way, they actually... Alright. What?
60 seconds or less. Quite interesting, needless to say.
Like I've told you guys, whenever I'm recording the show, yeah, I'll say this is how it will go. It'll be like, "What's happening, everybody?" And welcome. Fuck, I said that wrong. What's happening, everybody? And I get like one sentence each. This guy's saying like a whole like paragraph before.
Yeah,
he gets
live.
into it.
Yeah, and he did it live too, so it's not like it was
Some
fixed.
people have it, man. Some people don't.
No, he's also has years on you, so don't forget that.
Mm-hmm. True.
But Dan, Dan started watching your old videos, Eddie,
Oh yeah.
like from the beginning.
Oh.
And then he sent me one. He's just like, listen to this. I'm like, what? It was you. It's like, it's you now, but it was just before you developed.
A
I
personality.
guess, it's not the person, his character.
All right.
Okay.
All right. And it was like, what's going on, guys? This is Eddie.
It was bad. The thing is,
Oh
I
my
can-
god.
This is when he was standing in front of his Modern Warfare 3 poster, and
Thing
on
is-
the poster it said, did you like write it out and put it on there?
I had this. My brother has this like sign cutting thing where you can cut out like stickers and whatnot. So I put that on there. I tell you what though, those aren't my actual like very first videos. I've privated a bunch as well.
I figured.
So they get even worse. And one day I'm gonna be like, look where I've come from, and then show it, and it's gonna be the worst thing you've ever seen. It's gonna be full of
It
dislikes.
was.
It's gonna
I never said it was bad. It's just you could tell it's like
be very amateur, right?
no. It was from January 2012. I'm like, well, when I started watching you, it was July, and you changed a lot within those 6 months.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now there we go. Smashcast, even that's my old one. Yeah, I gotta say, man, like that's one of the things I've always dug about you, Eddie.
Oh.
Was the fact that, you know, like I remember you at like 200 subs, and then, you know, you're at 2,500, and that's one of the things I was talking about to the guys last night. Was some people just don't change when they fucking, you know, threw out everything, and then you have some people that.
Well, what it is the numbers game. Eddie never saw that as a number. He sees
Yeah.
you see the numbers.
But you're like, all right, whatever. But then you have the
But
people
you-
that like pay attention to the numbers, and it hypes their ego twice as much. And it's just like, oh my god, dude! And just some of the shit that flows out of their face at that point, you're like, would you just please stop,
Yeah.
stop?
The only thing is one, it's an inconvenience because every single time I have to come up with a new joke about how I'm all of those accounts, but I've just made a fake account for every single one, and I need to change it just enough to make it funny, and I make like a video to say like appreciation and whatnot, but that's basically all it is really.
And I like that, you know, you put like the comments at the end of the videos and shit like that. Like, I think it's like the interaction that you have with your fans.
Yeah.
And
Dude, I want to go a step further. I want to make a video every week dedicated to just the comments and stuff like that. Because some people say some funny shit, and it's just getting washed away and
I
forgotten.
want you to just go like, I want to take it a step further. I want each of you to sample my DNA.
Everyone gets a batch of DNA.
And here's your complimentary sperm. And
Yes.
here's your complimentary sperm.
oh god, that's just wrong.
Yeah.
And it's like, what it is everybody receives one, but your next video is like, if you guys are watching this, I have died from dehydration. But you guys
I
have
am dead.
received your complimentary sperm.
Wasn't there a kid that ended up dying from dehydration with that?
I don't know.
I think
It
there
just-
was.
In Community, that's how Pierce died.
Because there was a kid that actually died from dehydration from
I think,
masturbation.
I think he
And I think Eddie actually covered it at one point.
Yeah.
I think he masturbated like what? You said like 20, 30 times that day?
Something. I think the funniest was, by the way, we were on the Chive the other night, and it had like the worst tattoos, and it had that one kid from that town that had the McDonald's receipt tattooed on the inside of his
Oh
forearm.
yeah. Yeah.
And I was telling them, I'm like, he has another tattoo on the other forearm of
Yeah.
the receipt for the tattoo.
Yeah.
I was just like, my god, this kid's a fucking moron.
But you said it was just to hide, to get
what?
people away from him because he's well endowed. Or
Yeah,
that
no, because apparently he has too much like good luck with the ladies, according to his friends. And I was like, ladies, if you think this is good looking, you're gonna fucking come in your panties when you step outside of the, what was it, Slovakia or something?
Yeah,
like that?
Slovakia or some shit like that.
I was like, you girls ain't seen shit, because this guy was like palest of palest white.
Goofy
And then he
looking
had that-
motherfucker.
And you know you have that like that red sort of like bloody cheek things, like it's not like an even red, but it's just weird, like veiny and whatnot. I was like, this kid just looked damn right ugly. And I'm not exactly a good looking fella. I'm not the best looking fella, but This guy. Anyway, yeah.
Download the Trials Frontier today.
Continue bad mouthing that guy.
Trials Frontier.
Yeah,
What's Frontier?
I have no clue. I was looking through my email. Oh, I'm guessing it's the, what's it called, the Pocket game? It's the game that they were going to put on the Google Play Store and iTunes.
Oh. I see. For the Trials Fusion, but Trials
Yeah.
Frontier for the one on the iPhone and whatnot.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
the app on Google Play and the App Store.
Cool.
50 hours of gameplay, 250 challenging missions, 70 unique tracks to beat your friends on, and 240 bike upgrades. You know, Red Links actually does a stream on Twitch.
Who's that, sorry? Oh, sorry, Red Links is the developer, yeah.
Yeah, the developer.
Oh.
Like, they have like 2 guys that just do the fucking maps on Twitch. Like, it's really fucking weird. Because I was like, you guys made these maps too hard in certain spots. And,
yeah.
and they can't even do them. They're having issues with the fucking maps. I'm like,
It's like,
see,
fuck,
I
how do we
fucking
do
told
this? Do you know what's really weird, what I find about the Trials Fusion? The first, like, couple of... You know where it goes beginner, easy, medium, and then hard?
you. Mm-hmm.
The first 3 are totally fine. Like, I can pass them with no problem whatsoever. As soon as it gets into hard, I'm like, I'm on like 700th attempt. And I'm like, fuck, you know, like I've got 600 faults, and this is like, I've been spending an hour and a half on this track alone. And it's such a steep drop off. It's like, okay, boom.
You know what I don't get? No multiplayer.
Yeah. And I love how they were like, well, it wasn't that popular in the old one. Bitch, it was the only thing that was
That's the
popular.
only thing that was popular about that game. Motherfucker, that's all we did was play fucking, you know, God, man, I don't know how many times we would all fucking meet up on Xbox Live and go fucking play some shit.
Mhm.
And always listen to Wiggy fucking rage as he's fucking live streaming. That was
Reminds
always...
me, I need to practice Evolution so I don't lose to Dan.
Evolution is still a fucking awesome one, man.
Yeah.
The whole, like, doing stunts and shit on this new one, like, I don't know, man. It's a pain in the ass sometimes, to be honest with you. Like, that last one that I was trying to fucking do, I'm like, dude, how the fuck? You know, like how it gives you, like, you know, you have the 4 that you have to do before it even lets you try them out.
Yeah.
And I'm doing and I'm trying to get the last one, and of course the bike's fucking spinning in fucking circles the whole fucking time. I'm trying to get the dude fucking set up right. And finally, like, I guess, like, I sneezed and pushed the buttons in the right direction. Finally did. I was like, I don't even know how I fucking did that.
Holy shit, I accidentally hit.
I was like, holy shit, it worked. All right, cool. But that game's fun. I just don't like the music. The one song.
Yeah.
The intro song?
Yeah, and that is it. Welcome to the future. It sounds like
I tell you,
Crossfade. No, Crossfade.
I tell you what I don't like is you know the bitch in the background where she's like, "Hi, it's what's her name again?"
I don't know, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and like if you fault and then you go back to a certain checkpoint, she re-says the same thing again. It's like you don't have to. Oh, like,
You know, it's
it
funny.
just- testing and
That sounds like a
development,
bunch-
it didn't come up at all.
That sounds like a bunch of old, like, early racing games.
Mm-hmm.
Like for that N64.
The other one,
whatnot.
the other one I wanted to get was the Need for Speed Rivals. I was watching that game. That actually looked pretty fun.
Yeah. It's
Stop yawning.
Oh god, my back.
I can't help it.
So,
Ladies, I'm gonna have to get going, man. Yeah.
all right, man. No problem,
All
Eddie.
right.
Thanks for hopping on, dude. I appreciate it.
See you later,
All right.
man. Thanks a lot for having me
See ya.
again.
Yeah.
Here come Doggers. Oh, man. So, you had fun today there, Palpatine?
Word. I was literally sitting there trying to figure out what was the last best movie I've seen that made me like so excited after I left it.
I honestly say the last time in the movie theater was probably
Think it-
Avengers.
No,
fine.
Avengers wasn't even like this. Avengers can't touch this.
No shit. All right, well, I can't wait to fucking see it, dude.
I think the last one I probably saw that I really truly enjoyed and left and was like, this was amazing. As stupid as this sounds, it might have been Kung Fu Panda.
Oh, my God.
And Kung Fu Panda was an amazing movie.
Oh, yes, it was. The first one.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. I love how they've got, what, 3 of them out now?
2.
2?
Second one was okay.
Apparently they're doing another one. I don't know.
It's a sequel to the second one. Well, yes.
It's going to be interesting. I know that, like, I'm still kind of thrown off by this whole Star Wars cast.
I like depressed Vader's tweets sometimes. Because he said, I like when he sends out screenshots of the new set, and it's just a green screen.
Oh, God, dude. That's fucking great. Oh, my God. That's fucking awesome. Dude, it is supposed to get so fucking hot this weekend out here. Humidity's supposed to be through the roof. And they were showing the beaches today.
Yeah.
Fuck that, man. I'm glad we're not going to the beach this weekend.
Packed as all get out.
Oh, dude, because it's fucking Memorial Day weekend and all the fucking tourists come the fuck down.
Oh, yeah.
And the beaches are swamped. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's not happening. I was like, fuck that noise. I was like, this is why we have a pool pass.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's like, dude, you guys live in Florida and you don't go into the ocean? I'm like, look, it's easier to deal with fucking 4 kids to go to the pool than it is to go to the fucking beach. Because there's less sand in my fucking car.
Yep.
Because when it comes down to it, man, I hate cleaning sand out of my fucking car. Oh, I guess last week, my mom and dad took all the kids. They went to the beach, and they went kayaking and fishing and shit like that. And Owen was like a natural. Owen, out of all the kids, was like a natural. Haley was not paying attention, and the current was just taking her, like, to the point where my dad had to swim out and fucking get her.
Oh, jeez.
And Jordan fell off of his. And he bumped his head, and then he got all boo-hoo baby, fucking crybaby about it. And then he was like, I'm done. And Owen, like, the whole time was just having a blast. I was like, yep, that's kind of how I saw this happening. Figured that Owen would fucking enjoy it and have fun with it. Jesus. Here we go.
No, the stupid fucking dog. Erin's outside on the deck. She had the screen shut, and she had the main door closed because she's on the phone talking to a friend of hers.
Mm-hmm.
And Ty come up to the door. She opened up the screen door, and he went to shoot right in and ran right into the door.
That's awesome. Dude, oh my God, Heisenberg has been such a fucking twat to fucking Charlotte. Like, she wants to, like, she's not in the mood to be playing at certain points, and she just wants to chill. And he keeps antagonize her to the point where I'm really waiting for Charlotte to, like, pull hair out, and he's gonna have, like, you know, stitches.
Yeah.
Because she ain't fucking her, like, she's like hissing, like, she's growling, like, to the point where she's like, all right, you're gonna knock it the fuck off, or I'm gonna break you. And I'm like, damn. And I look at Heisenberg, and I usually have to pick him up. I'm like, stop pissing your sister off. But he stopped thinking that he's going outside. Bandit now thinks he's coming outside all the time.
After speaking about you, and you talking about yourself in the beginning, is he ever gonna come up to you and go like, "Meow," and it translates to, "Am I adopted?" She doesn't look like my sister.
Oh, God. Well, neither Charlotte doesn't look like Heisenberg's sister either.
Yeah, exactly.
But they were together, though. They were together at the SPCA.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
they
that
were,
makes sense. Okay.
you know, like, she's what, like, a few... No, I know. That's what I'm saying, Charlotte and Bandit. Heisenberg was just a stray that we fucking... My mom's like, I felt so bad. All I did was go... Pss, pss, pss,
Yeah, you said Heisenberg was just this douchebag who hung around outside.
No, he was actually a chill cat, you know. And I will say, like, he was very grateful for everything that, you know, happened in the beginning. I remember giving him a bath, and he was just chill. Now, yeah, heaven fucking forbid, because he's gotten numerous flea baths. The first bath, dude, he was so chilled and laid out, like, all right, whatever. Okay. Now it's like, holy shit, dude. He's got those razor-sharp fucking claws. You got, like, one person fucking holding the back 2 legs, and you got someone holding the front 2 legs, so you can fucking shower him. You're like, oh, my God. And if he fucking moves a certain way, you're like, oh, watch out.
Yep.
But, I mean, he's a good cat for the most part. He's just very mischievous. And Bandit's just dumber than a box of rocks. Like, I'll go inside, and he lays right in front of the sliding glass door. And I'm like, dude, you got to move. You got to move. And then he'll go to move as I'm taking a step over him and almost trip and, like, fall down. And I'm like, Cat, I'm going to kill you one of these times. Like, so I slide him out of the way and then gives me this look like, what did I do? I'm like, I told you to move 20 different times, you dummy. You're not going outside. But he has that look like, you know you want to let me go. I want to go outside. But I'm not going to push it. I'm just going to sit here and give you the puffy dog eyes.
No.
Which just does not work.
No.
I just look at him and go, you're dumb. Move out of the way. Oh, yeah, I thought I gave it to you already. My bad. That's why I told you to wait, because it was done within like 5 seconds.
I was wondering.
Yeah, so Jen redid the whole front garden.
Let me tell you, I'm the bomb. Okay.
Her ego fucking grows bigger and bigger, the better it looks. No, it looks really, really good. The nice thing was, her boss, like the one day they just stopped by, Jen asked for an estimate on how much it would cost for mulch because she works for a landscaping company.
Right.
So they like do a drive-by mulching. They pull up and just like, you know, I'm telling you, dude, there's mulch everywhere. They didn't sweep up or anything, but they just mulched the whole entire front of the house. I'm like, all right, well, I'll sweep everything back, thanks. And I'm like, we didn't order mulch, did we? And she's like, no, I just asked for an estimate. I'm like, yeah, we have it. And she's like, have what? I'm like, no, we have mulch. And she's like, what? I'm like, yeah, they did like a drive-by mulching. She's like, oh my God. So for Mother's Day, she got herself, like my mom got her a plant. What'd she get you?
A climbing rose.
Oh, climbing
For
rose.
Trellis.
And then the trellises and shit like that, potting soil, a few other fucking things.
Nice.
And then Jen got those lights that have the solar panel in the top.
Yep.
So at night they fucking light up. So it looks really, really nice now. Like it went from looking like meh to like holy shit. Like if we were to sell the house, it would actually, you know, boost the look of the house.
Right.
That's the crappy grass.
Except for the crappy grass we have. Like what grass? You know what's funny though? Like wait till rainy season's over and like it's summer. I'll take a picture of the front yard and you'll be like, what the hell? And it's all like one big giant weed, but it looks like we got grass.
Why don't you sneak onto like the football fields near you and steal their grass?
Because I'm not in the mood. Like, granted, the football field's like right around the corner from me. I'm not in the mood to fucking steal grass from the football
Because
field.
I know it's AstroTurf.
No, it's not.
Amazingly, no.
No. Mm-mm.
Then I can steal mine and send it to you.
Yeah, surprisingly, down here they don't have AstroTurf. They still have grass, which cracks me the hell up. But you know, football season isn't around rainy season, so.
Yeah.
And like, you know, and when it rains down here, holy shit, man.
I feel like it's all that happened when I was in Florida.
Yeah,
I was there for 2 weeks. I think it was clear skies for like 2 days.
it really depends on what time of year you come down. Like, if you come down,
July.
yeah, you were here during fucking hurricane season.
It was like 98 or 99 though.
Yeah, that's hurricane season.
Oh, I was,
Any-
in Jacksonville.
Oh God, you're up towards the top. That's why.
That's where my aunt lived. We went over to visit, and then pretty much it was like we're gonna go to visit, and then we're going to Disneyland.
Yeah, that's like
Disney World.
Disney World. That's a hop, skip, and a jump away from that one.
Yeah.
It's like a 5.5. I think it's like a 5 mile or 5 hour drive.
I don't remember.
It's like a 5 hour drive to here, so it might actually be like a 3 hour drive from Jacksonville.
Hello, Swido. I don't know when you left that. Hopefully it wasn't that long ago.
Did I just hear Swido?
Yeah.
Holy
Yes, sir.
crap!
Yeah.
Hey, Swido.
What's up, dude?
Holy crap, dude! I haven't fucking heard that dude's name in ages.
Yeah.
He says, "Hello, dudes. How you doing, boys?"
With an ice cream cone. His heart is an ice cream cone. Oh God. So yeah, it's funny. Cobe today's like, why are you changing? Like, apparently, Young Jay thought I left XGC for me.
Oh yeah. What's funny is I was gonna state that, but I forgot.
Yeah, he thought I left XGC.
I like how you're wearing the shirt of the the clan you left.
I didn't leave.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna joke around and say.
I won't
Yeah.
lie, the thought crossed my mind too.
Everybody thought, I'm like, no, dude.
It's only because I was sitting there and I made the graph and I put Reverend Sick, because I was like, do you want to say Reverend Sick or do you want to say actually C? Because your Twitter said Reverend Sick.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what, let's just keep it with that. And it's, you know what, to be honest with you, like, I don't want to...
Oh, I feel stupid. I sent you the unscripted one. I was like, for some reason I thought it was the unscripted one we were doing.
Yeah, you sent me the unscripted one. That's why.
My mind's been...
No, that's all good, dude. I understand why.
I think today is Tuesday.
Yeah.
Even though, well, what doesn't help is talking at night.
Yeah.
Makes you feel like you're podcasting. You're not really, but it's just like you're talking every day to the point where it's just like, what day is it?
The days fucking run together.
Which one's the one that's supposed to be live? Oh wait, the one with the camera.
CK showed up to see my shiny head.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah. Well, I just went back to the page.
What? It's leaking? Alright, well then turn it off. Fucking wonderful.
What?
Hey, my dishwasher's leaking. We have a small problem. We'll turn it the fuck off. Not rocket science. I bet you the fucking drain is fucking clogged at the bottom of that fucking thing.
Hair?
No, my kids are idiots sometimes and try to fucking put food. Like, food caked dishes. I'm like, where else is it going to go, guys? It's got to go down the drain.
I've only heard of this invention called a dishwasher.
Well, dude, I had a roommate that thought you could just, like, throw dishes in there with, like, food still caked onto the plates. And I'm like, you do realize, like, you know, there is a drain at the bottom of that, and it's just going to block it.
When you assume... Because I've never seen a dishwasher. The only times I've seen dishwashers were from, like...
Restaurants?
No, white people shows. Where I just see them putting the dishes in it. You never see them wash it.
Yeah.
Like, you just automatically think, like, a machine that washes your shit.
Yep.
I don't have to do anything.
Well, no, you got to rinse the fucking food off.
Yeah, I didn't know. I wouldn't know.
But that's the funny thing. Like, my kids know that, and they still just get lazy. But my roommate never knew that either, and I'm like, dude, you got to make sure you rinse the plate off. Because I'm like, why do we have a puddle in the fucking kitchen? And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, there is a puddle in my fucking kitchen. And he's like, what? I'm like, dude, are you loading plates in, like, fully fucking with food and shit? He's like, yeah, dude. Commercials say it takes the food right off. I'm like, oh, my God. I'm like, dude, where do you think that goes? Well, it's got a drain. What happens when that drain gets backed up? Oh. I'm like, oh, do me a favor, we're going to unclog the drain. There you fucking go. I think the nastiest was Haley was trying to tell me she wasn't brushing her hair over the fucking sink. And the sink wasn't draining. And I'm like, dude, that's fucking disgusting. So I pulled everything the fuck out. And I pull out this fucking hairball that is literally like that fucking long.
Wow.
Like that. It just was like compacted into the fucking drain. And I'm like, this smells fucking awful. And I just pulled it right the hell out. And I'm like, you want to tell me you don't fucking wash your, or, you know, brush your hair over the fuck? And it's just thing's dangling the fuck down. And it's a perfect, you know.
If it was that, it reminds me of that scene from Sorority Boys. It was like, what is Wookiee hair?
Well, dude, Jen fucking, the one time when the kid's shower was out of commission, when their bathroom was out of commission, we had to put one of those drain protectors for hair, because we pulled out of the drain another fucking hairball like that. And it's from Haley, because she just, I'm telling you, I'm going to shave this kid's head. Her hair is so thick, and she just does nothing with it. I'm like, oh my God, you're just like your biological.
Well, yeah, I've been thinking about, like, just doing a video where I just start shaving my head, and it ended up being a mohawk. I don't know why. I would just do it. It's just like,
I think it's funny, like, my wife doesn't understand how I can shave my head. Like, she's like, how do you see the back of your head? I'm like, you just run it off a feel.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's what you have fingers for.
Yep.
Like, I used to have a mohawk, and I would bick the sides. And she's like, and every girlfriend I've ever been with are like, I don't understand how you can do that. I'm like, it's called, you feel with your fingers.
Well, my hair is long and stupid enough where I can pull a crappy Phil Anselmo.
Nice. Well, see, that's what I used to do. I used to have a mohawk and then just let my fucking hair fall, and it looked like, you know, I had long fucking hair.
Well, Phil Anselmo's always to me looked like. Well, in Spanish we call it an hongo, which is a mushroom top.
Yeah.
With like a 2 on the side, and you go to like a 4 or 5 up top.
hmm
But then it fades in, and it's kind of like a fade, but not really. A little longer, so it's like the bowl cut.
hmm
But Phil Anselmo's always looked like, don't touch the top, but everything on the side just go away.
It's a shame he had to be such a dick.
Mm,
Pantera was a decent fucking group.
Yeah.
I like the one with David Allan Coe. That was another good one.
Oh yeah.
That was a fucking great one. And then Damage Plan, of course, was a very solid fucking band. And I think it's funny, like, you could always tell, like, Dimebag Darrell's guitar is a mile away. It's just like Zakk Wylde.
I was
Yep.
listening to old Pantera, like power metal
Mm-hmm.
Pantera, and I was sitting there, I'm just like, this is completely different.
Yeah, dude, when Pantera first came out, dude, it was like power metal. I was like, oh,
It was
God.
straight up glam rock.
Yep, and they all had long hair. It was so funny.
It was Slayer, but with the Motley Crue look.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. It was Slayer with the Van Halen look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right.
Because he modeled himself completely after Van Halen.
Mm-hmm. Dude, that shit was fucking hilarious.
The tight leopard pants.
What about Poison back in the day, dressing like girls?
Oh,
really
yeah.
like Poison though.
They
I
always,
actually enjoy listening to Poison. Just sitting there, just like I can never not have a smile on my face listening to
anytime I hear Poison, I instantly think of the movie
the
Grind.
grind. That's why.
Yep.
It's just like you guys need to listen to this. What the hell is this? Just relax.
Sweet Lou cleans no man's
No man's
poo. I love that movie. Like, I think it's funny that I literally had to buy a second fucking movie because my original DVD player burnt a fucking ring into it.
Who was it? I had a friend who had to buy 5 copies of that movie.
Dude, it was great because it was at Walmart in their fucking bargain bin for like $5.
Oh, that's not why he had to buy 5 copies. He had
Because
to buy
it's,
5 copies because people were like, "Hey, can I borrow that movie?"
never give it back.
It's like it was that great of a film. He never got it back.
Dude, I love that fucking movie. And it's funny, like, my wife actually likes it. I was kind of surprised because Jen is very picky with movies. Like, I watch just about everything and anything, dick and fart jokes, whatever. I don't care.
Right.
And she's very strict with her movies. Like, dick and fart jokes just do not work for her whatsoever. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, come on. And I don't know how many times she can watch Twilight and just be amazed by it each fucking time. I'm like, oh, he's a fucking vampire that fucking sparkles. I'm like, this is fucking terrible.
You don't understand. True love lies behind those sparkling eyes.
Yeah, you're a big fan, aren't you?
No, that was the argument. That was always the argument. Whenever I told him that, I'm like, I don't get it. It's just a werewolf that becomes a pedophile because he wants to marry the unborn child. He's in love with his unborn child, and he kills her. And said vampire kills main lady. They're like, yeah, but she becomes a vampire. But he still kills her. and then they're like, you don't understand. Love is eternal and unexpected.
You know what cracks me up, and I was always like laughing about this, how like 33-year-old moms are like going batshit crazy over like an 18-year-old. Or like, a 16-year-old or whatever the fuck it was.
That was a weird thing.
And I'm like, you know what? I was like, but of course let a guy be that same way, and what fucking happens? Fucking pedophile. Fucking pedo bear.
Well, yeah, I mean, look at it was all those moms are going head over heels for Robert Pattinson just because of that movie, which made no sense at all whatsoever because they were going head over heels for him before the movie came out,
Yeah.
and that made no sense whatsoever because they've never seen a movie with him as the main star prior.
He was in fucking Harry Potter.
Oh, he wasn't Harry Potter. He died and got resurrected as a vampire.
Yep.
That was the joke.
It was always amusing to me. Like, my wife is such a Twilight fan, and I'm like, ugh. So I crack jokes. I'm like, fuck that. I'm Team Jacob. She gets so pissed off. I'm like, I can't stand any of this shit, but yeah, I'll be Team Jacob. Sure, whatever. I was like, I vote for, National Punch a Twilight fan in the face day.
But they were obsessed over both of them. I mean, at least the guy who played Jacob makes sense because it's just like that dude was fit
He was fucking cut.
because
He
was,
bulked up. Like they
well,
didn't.
I mean, that guy was Shark Boy.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is though, like they didn't think he was beef. Like he could bulk up enough for the second movie.
He
So
he only gained like what 20 pounds.
He only
those
gained 20 pounds,
did a lot.
but it was all muscle that he fucking gained.
Uh-huh.
And I remember, like, she's like, "Oh my god, Taylor, what the hell is his name?
Lautner.
Taylor Lautner." She's like, "He's fucking hot." I'm like, he actually did a decent movie that he was. Oh, what the hell was that movie?
Abduction.
Yeah, Abduction. That was a pretty
That was
solid.
the only movie I remember.
Yeah, because well, Valentine's Day, where you know.
That was the only movie that he was the main star on.
Yeah,
'Cause
that was actually.
I don't consider him being the main star of Valentine's Day because there was like
No, there was like
40
90 fucking people. Yeah, for some strange reason, my wife loves watching those, like that movie and New Year's Eve, which was, you know, not bad. You know, I don't know. Like everybody's like, "Oh, you watch chick flicks." I'm like, it's called I Enjoy Being Married.
What was the one? Hot Chicks.
Hot chicks.
Not Hot Chicks. I'm sorry, Mean Girls.
Mean Girls, yes.
The hot chick was. That one was still funny on its own.
And
No,
then
Mean
fucking
Girls.
White Girls.
I still never seen that.
Yeah.
I've
White-
seen parts of it, and it's funny because it's tailored after the fucking, what the fuck, the Hilton girls.
Oh, you mean White Chicks?
Yeah, white chicks,
We had
which
this-
always cracked me the fuck up. I was like, oh god. And it's funny then, like, you know, it's funny watching some of these stars just like grow up and then they implode. Like Lindsay Lohan, you know, she did Parent Trap, and it's like, all right, that's cool and all. And then she ended up doing like a few more movies, and then got hot, and then got hooked on crack.
no, before she got hooked on crack, got hot,
Mm-hmm.
did Mean Girls,
Mm-hmm.
then you can go on the other part.
Yeah, and then went fucking crazy. Dude, her fucking dad was in court like last year, down around here. Like tried to fucking kill himself too. It was like trying to get custody of like the other kids or whatever. I'm like, man, that's a family that's just a fucking bunch of whack jobs.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Olsen family.
Yeah.
Apparently there's one Olsen that actually can act, and it's not Mary Kate or Ashley.
The Forgotten One?
Yeah, the forgotten one.
What did it say? Was it the dog?
It's the
or-
other sister, right?
Yeah, it's the other sister.
The older one.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then there's like Dakota Fanning,
Yeah.
and she has
What
a younger.
happened to her?
She did all the Twilight movies.
Oh, okay, that's what happened to her. I didn't see
Yeah.
her. I didn't see those
she,
movies,
she did all the Twilight movies. Remember that movie Push? That was like the
Yes.
awkward. That was like the awkward stage of her life. She was like the
Push?
ugly. Yeah,
that movie was.
it had a lot of potential.
I don't know because I'm like that movie came out around the same time Jumper did.
Oh, Jumper. That movie was so fucking bad.
And after watching Jumper, I saw Push, and I'm like, I feel like I'm watching the same movie but with different abilities, and not really different abilities, just two more different abilities.
What about like what was it back in the '90s? Back in '98, I guess there was Deep Impact with
Yep.
with Morgan Freeman and all them, and then there was Armageddon. It
Yeah.
was like two fucking movies about an asteroid that's going to hit Earth. I'm like, really? And Armageddon ended up winning out so fucking much.
Well, I mean, we had Independence Day, The Arrival,
Hmm.
and I think that's it.
Will Smith always seemed to do good on 4th of July. That was his thing.
That was the rumor.
Yeah,
I heard they were supposed to be doing Independence Day 2.
that's what I heard.
Yeah, where Will Smith is actually the president this time.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And what? Jaden Smith says, "Welcome to Earth."
Yeah.
Dude, I'll tell you what. You know what was actually good about After Earth? Will Smith really wasn't in the movie.
I was
I
saying what the
didn't
credits.
see it, because I'm like, why does this kid have an accent?
It was weird seeing him in Karate Kid. I was like, really?
I still haven't seen that one either.
That one, I'm just like, okay, we had Ralph Macchio, Mr. Miyagi, Pat
remember
Morita,
My,
and
my
then
mo- remember my mom was watching it on TV, and she's like, look, it's the Karate Kid. I'm like, oh, the Jackie Chan one?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
just
And she's like, yeah. I'm like, you know I have the other three, right? Give me them.
gave you like the dirtiest look ever. Like,
Hand them over. No, she said hand them over because she's just like, I'd rather see that.
dude, they were awesome, man.
Oh yeah.
Minus the fucking chick in the last one.
The Hillary Swank one?
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the Hillary Swank one.
The Hillary Swank one wasn't as bad. I mean,
But-
actually, the Hillary Swank one came out around the same time Sidekicks did.
Mm-hmm. That was another fucking goofy movie. Dude, there were so many, like, I remember Hollywood,
That kid,
man.
though. I remember Johnny had a conversation with me and Dan like a month ago about that guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which was the exact same conversation me and Dan had almost a year ago, when we were talking about that guy from the Neverending Story that was in Sidekicks. That I couldn't remember. There was like 2 other movies. We look it up. I'm like, he's dead.
Yep.
And then Johnny tried to tell us he's dead. It's like, oh wait, we had this exact same conversation.
Yeah, it's weird to see, like, certain people fucking...
I didn't see that guy go. I think the last movie I saw him in was Sidekicks.
Yeah, sidekicks. Was that Chuck Norris?
Yes, that was a Chuck
Yes.
Norris fanboy movie.
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought. Oh, by the way, Epic Rap Battles of History has 2 new videos up. Oh my god, they're
The one
absolutely...
the one from Monday, the Goku versus Superman.
Yeah. That was awesome.
I saw the Rick Grimes versus.
That was from last month. That one was one.
Hackenberg.
Yeah, I was gonna wonder how they were gonna top last month.
Dude, that was... I'll tell you what, man. I don't know how they keep doing it, but it's like each week just seems to get better and better and better.
Well, they were improv artists at first, so
Yeah.
they know how to.
I always loved how,
Right.
like, behind the scenes with the Epic Lloyd's always like, anybody want any heroin?
No,
It's just like, got any heroin?
I liked when he was just like, man, you got nice legs. It's like, yeah, thanks.
I'm the only...
Fit in those.
I'm the only guy that has to shave his head for the role of this movie, or for the role of this character. I have to say, though, I remember when it first came out. I remember the first one I saw, and it was on a weird Google or YouTube search, and it was, Darth Vader versus Hitler, and I was like,
That was
yeah.
the very first episode.
the very first episode, and I remember it
Mhm.
just came out that day, and I'm like, oh my god, who are these guys? I have to sub. This is absolutely hilarious.
And I think that
Mhm.
was before they created the ERB channel too.
Yeah, that
It
was
back when it was
on Nice Peter.
Yeah, back when it was on Ice Peter.
Yep. And I couldn't stop fucking laughing. I was like, oh my god, this is
My,
epic.
I gotta say-
favorite. Huh? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I gotta say, Darth Vader versus Adolf Hitler is my favorite series on those.
Yeah, how it's reoccurring like every time.
Which one?
Yep.
The Darth Vader versus Adolf Hitler, how like it was.
Oh,
in
you
the
know,
second season.
it's done.
It's done now.
Oh yeah.
It was just-
They wanted the third part, unless they're gonna go back into the. Well, they can do 6 more now.
Yeah, well, it's funny as hell though. I love how like they'll pump them out, and then all of a sudden they stop. Because usually like Peter's on tour and whatnot, and then they'll come back and fucking pump out like another like 5 of them really fucking quick, and just do it like every other week. That's got to be hard though, man. I mean, even though they're an improv group and everything else, that's still got to be a fucking pain in the ass.
Mhm.
Chuck Norris versus Abe Lincoln, that was another great one.
Uh,
I don't go swimming. Water just wants to be around me.
my favorites are the ones with this dude named Watsky, and Watsky was the one that played
George Watsky, I know who he is. One of the fucking fastest rappers in the fucking world.
White, but very brilliant.
Well, so is Mac Lethal. He's another one
And-
that's...
What's cool is I was actually thinking about going to Warped Tour this year, because Watsky's actually going to be in Chicago's Warped Tour.
No shit. You'll see
And-
with the Kings.
Are they there too?
Yeah, they're there. Yeah, they're right now they're doing their European tour. They're over in like Germany, or they're in London right now. And then they're doing Japan, and then when Warped Tour comes around, they're doing the whole Warped Tour.
It's so weird about Warped Tour, because it's just like, you have this list of 100 bands, you have
Mhm.
to go through all of them and go like, that's here, that's here, that's here.
Yep.
And
Dude,
that's
I'll tell you what though. I remember when Warped Tour was actually punk music,
And almost
and-
free.
and it was
Pretty much
almost free, and
Yeah.
they were fucking skate ramps and everything else and shit like that.
Back when it was the X Games.
Mm-hmm. And I remember seeing Rancid and fucking Dropkick Murphys all on stage together doing Kiss Me, I'm Shit-Faced. Oh my god. I will say like that, like I told my brother, I'm like, that's going to be their encore song. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, they do it every time. He's like, how many times have you seen these guys? I'm like 15 times live. He's like, oh my god, you like them enough? I'm like, dude, that was like they always put on a good fucking show. And of course, I'm the only, like, I wasn't the only one. There was a good handful of us wearing, you know, Boston jerseys and shit like that. And one of the songs is, you know, for Boston. And oh my god, the looks the group of us were getting.
I'm shipping off to Boston.
Well, they're shipping off to Boston, and then there's
for Boston.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's one more.
And they did about 15 songs, and then they did their encore. Which
for them, shouting out Boston, it's like the Chili Peppers always talk about California.
Yeah.
It's just, well, it's where they're from.
Yeah. Wiggy might be showing up. I don't know.
I thought he was on his date.
He said he just got home.
I asked him why there's Christmas behind him.
I don't
Because
know.
he said his wife took a picture of him smiling, and there's like Christmas lights behind him all over the restaurant.
That's amusing. Yeah, I gotta thank Palpatine for the new fucking background and everything else. I like it.
That microphone.
Looks nice, dude, for it being custom made.
That's why I'm like, I was sitting there grabbing a PNG. I'm just like, wait a minute, I can figure out how to duplicate this, and I kind of just threw it away. Started. It's not that. If I had a tablet and started drawing again, I might have a better chance.
I'll tell you what, that's what I like about my tablet. Now that I've figured out the issue, like I have Photoshop in there on the tablet itself, and it has the stylus. Oh my god, I have so much fun with that. And then I also want to get one, like my sister freaking had the CAD program where it was like the drawing board, you know, and shit like that. And that is some crazy stuff, dude. Like the effects you can do to like one little shape. And then, you know, you can sit there and like, you know, add effects to it where you want it to like move and this and that and wiggle and just fucking craziness. I'm like, if I had the money, like some of these motorcycle companies, fuck, like, you know, OCC fucking has for that dude Jason. Like that program is like, you know, that is a like $6,000 program and like a $10,000 computer that he fucking has.
Oh yeah.
Granted, I thought it was funny how that show just flopped. It goes to show you nobody really cares about fucking Senior. By the way, Junior's making a bike for World of Warcraft.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, they're making 2 bikes for 2 different teams. One's the Horde and the other's the Alliance. And the Horde bike kind of reminds me of the, what's it called? The Gears of War 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because it's a fucking trike. It looks fucking badass. Dude, I love that Gears of War bike. That fucking trike was fucking nuts. Where the fucking exhaust was the Gatling gun. That's some fucking shit, man. Like, those guys make some fucking crazy-ass designs. And I thought it was funny seeing, like, Jesse James fucking lose for, like, the 3rd year in a row. When they did the biker build-off. Like, that dude's such a cocky prick, but it's like, alright, goes to show you your designs are old. Stop being a cocky prick. You fucked up. You had Sandra Bullock, and you cheated on her.
Yep.
You married a porn star, and she beat you up.
Sandra Bullock was a porn star?
No. Remember Janine from the Blink-182 videos?
Who?
Janine Laudenschlager, or whatever the fuck her last name is.
From the Blink-182. From the...
Like,
Linda Mueller?
Yeah.
The nurse?
Yeah, the nurse that's on the cover. She's a porn star. Well, Jesse James ended up marrying her, and then she ended up going on, like, a psychotic rage, I guess because he was out late, and she, like, beat the shit out of him. And he ended up getting divorced from her. Like, he's like, I was afraid for my life. I'm like, you act like you're such a fucking hardcore badass, but that woman kicked the shit out of you, and you turned into a little weeping little girl. So, Wiggy, no surgery.
What?
Yep, surgery cannot fix this.
Fuck it. Just, I'm gonna have to come out there and get me a goddamn box cutter.
No.
I'll swear you like goddamn.
No, we're good. I don't want to do surgery. That was my whole issue.
Oh.
Well, dude, I was told by 3 different physicians that, 3 different surgeons that, it was inoperable tumors because they could remove 2 of them, and they can't remove the ones that are like, the smaller ones.
Mm-hmm.
And they could pray that chemotherapy might fucking work while I have to heal first. Well, what if any of that liquid drips onto an open sore? Well, then you're spreading cancer even more.
Right.
Oh, and I don't even know it. So then, then I end up with, twice as much cancer, and I end up fucking dying. Do I really feel like, cutting my life short for, something like that? Like, my doctor's like, well, the cancer's not getting any smaller. And actually, it is. In all of his notes, it's getting smaller. It's just not to his liking. Like, he wants it to be gone, like yesterday. And unfortunately, with this case, you can't. I mean, there are cases where it took 5 years.
Huh.
And my whole thing is, well, as long as the chemo is the way it is, I really don't care.
All right, guys, I got to bounce out. So
All right, man. Have a good one. So how was your dinner?
You too.
Oh, it was good. Well, I ate it. I tell you, last night. Last night. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Are you lost on days 2?
I'm apparently still lost in the fucking limoncello I drank. Oh my god.
Apparently lost on what day it is for what cast you're on.
What is limoncello?
Oh, is that what? Apparently I am.
Yeah, it's okay. You're on the same page as Palpatine because he sent me the updated one.
Wait, this is an uncultured swine?
No. Uncultured swine? No, definitely not. And this is not, unscripted bullshit either.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. This is
if it's coming out of my mouth, it is.
This is the Bitch Please podcast.
Oh yes. I'm the only one that rocks that Bitch Please fucking lower third when I go on the show.
Well, Eddie can't.
Because he has that weird setup.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure he can figure out a way to put that overlay over his camera.
Mm-hmm. He said he would. He just never has gotten around to it.
Does he use OBS to broadcast that?
I have no clue. I guess he does. So, Wiggy, have you been broadcasting at all or no?
No.
No live casting or no live streams?
You wanna know how I know?
The last time I turned my fucking Xbox One on is the last time I fucking.
That was like 3 weeks ago.
It was.
When you did that test or whatnot?
Yeah.
See if it was working?
Yeah. I got to download the DLC. I haven't done that yet.
Same here.
Well, good. Whenever we're done, you do that and I'll do that, and then we'll fucking rock that shit.
I'm probably going to bed after this, dude. I ain't
Okay.
It's one of those. Well, I didn't get any sleep last night. I stayed up all fucking night, and then I blame Dan. And then, of course, I was running around today, dude. 3 hours is how long I was at the fucking doctor's office for. And it was like once every hour they would stick their head in and be like, "Oh, we're almost done," and I kept falling asleep. And I fell asleep in the chair, like sitting up.
Yep.
Like just like this. And my mom's like, she's like, "Were you typing on a computer or playing piano?" What do you mean? She's like, "Your hands were going like a mile a minute." I was like, "I was on the computer in my dream." And apparently, like, I talk in my sleep. Didn't know this. Like, my wife never fucking told me I talk in my sleep. And I'm like, okay. And it was funny. Like, my mom thought I was really like, she thought I was on drugs.
Oh dear.
She saw me because like I had this shit-eating grin. My fingers are going a mile a minute. I'm like, yeah, definitely. Okay, give me like 5 seconds. And my mom's like looking at me like, what the fuck? And I come to and I'm like, whoa, what's going on? And my mom's like, were you just awake? I'm like, no, I had an interesting dream. I was like, I was on the computer looking something up. And she's like, yeah. She's like, you were like talking to Sophie and stuff. I was like, yeah, it was pretty weird. I was like, hold on, how'd you know I was talking to Sophie? And she's like, you talk in your sleep. I'm like, oh, didn't know that one. And Jen's like, oh yeah, he talks in his sleep all the time. I'm like, that would have been nice to fucking know. I'm like, did not know that one.
I have the best sleep mechanism. When I'm passed out, somebody comes by and wakes me up and tells me something. I'm still passed out, I apparently get up and I do open my eyes and can have a full half-hour conversation and say, "All right, just give me." I end it with, "Give me 5 minutes." 2 hours pass by, and I wake up and they're like, "I thought you said you were." I think one of them was like, "I thought you said you were gonna throw away the garbage." I'm like, "I didn't say anything." Like, "Yeah, you did. You told me how much you loved me. You said you promised you'd do this." And I'm just like,
It's like promises don't count whenever I'm laying here.
I'm like, "Oh, you met autopilot."
I think the scariest thing is my brother sleeps with his eyes wide open.
Oh, that's creepy.
So he's like, it'll start off, his eyes are like slowly, and then they'll just raise open. And you'll hear him like,
Oh, wow.
and then you can talk to him, and his eyes, he's like, yeah, sure. All right, cool, no problem. And I'm like, was he awake for that?
I wonder if he taught himself how to do that for high school.
No, he's always been that way. My brother's eccentric.
Oh, then it's just very helpful then.
Mm-hmm.
He was in school.
Yeah,
Are
he
you
told, like,
sleeping? No.
there was numerous times he's like, this is before he would snore, so he could get away with it. He'd fucking prop his head up, and it looked like he was paying attention the whole time. Eyes wide fucking awake. You know, eyes wide fucking open, and he's out fucking cold.
Oof, that's rough.
Yeah, and his
That
girlfriend.
scared the shit out of me.
Oh, dude, when he used to come and visit, it used to creep me out because, like, when I wake my brother up, I touch him on the foot. I'm like, Alex. Because if not, dude, you'd see a fist come flying. And I knew, like, you know, I'd have, like, a yardstick and, like, tap his foot. Alex, bam. Huh, what? I'm like, and you see him, like, blink his eyes a little bit. He's like, man, my eyes are dry. I'm like, it's because you sleep with your eyes wide open. He's like, I do? I'm like, yeah, dude, I'll have to video it so you can fucking see it. And my parents had a camcorder. We're talking back in, like, you know, the early 90s. You know, when camcorders were, like, massive.
Right.
And my parents had one. You know, it was like, everybody's like, oh, they're the rich family. They have a
Yep.
freaking JVC camcorder. Like the one from Back to the Future.
Yeah. My mom had a camcorder one time. It had the handheld part, and then it had a VCR that you fucking strapped over yourself, and it had a cord that plugged into that motherfucker. It's like, Mom, what the fuck is that? She's like,
wow.
it's a camcorder, and it was before they had the shoulder mount one, so it was ahead of its time. But oh my God, she tried to give that thing away. Everybody's like, yeah, no.
I think the funniest was my dad had the first, like,
Can I get it?
No, I don't have it anymore.
my dad had like the first cell phone. It was like the phone on the car battery.
Yeah, right. Exactly. The bag. It was the bag phone on steroids.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like, I always was afraid that thing was gonna, like, you know, I'm gonna take a sharp turn and it's just gonna tumble right into me.
Yeah.
Like,
Right. Yeah. Tumble into the driver's side and land on the accelerator. Yeah. Exactly.
so he used to, like, strap it in, fucking in with a seatbelt and shit. And he's like, I hate this stupid
Yeah.
phone.
It's like
Fucking
it's enough to
cell
get in
phones.
the HOV lane. It's the second passenger.
Yeah, it was always cracking me the fuck up. He's like, they're always trying to get a hold of me. He's like, and then beepers came out, and he was like, fine.
Wave, Kimberly, since you're gonna stand there.
And then
Bye.
just think, it's only been, it's like 30 years later, and not only do you have a pocket phone that can fit in your
Fucking
hand,
computer.
that can fit in your hand. but
Yeah,
the
we're going
phone-
back to big.
No. Oh yeah, I know they are getting bigger, but you gotta here. Not only do we have phones in our hands, they're also those giant cameras,
That's true.
video cameras
That's
that they
true.
used to carry around. On top of that, it's also your beeper.
Yep.
Right.
Well, dude, it's funny. Like, you know, we went from, like, making the smallest cell phones, and all of a sudden, it's now got a fucking 8.5-inch display. You
Yeah.
know, that's a tablet. That's not a cell phone.
Everybody's moving on to they're moving towards the tablet stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, tablets are too big, don't fit in my pocket.
Yeah, dude. Like the fucking, what's it? The Samsung Galaxy Note
The
3.
Galaxy S5 is pretty big.
The
Wait,
S5.
wait till you see the new Note, the Note 4 that's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
It is damn near a tablet. They've
Oh,
already
yeah.
said that it will not fit in jean pockets. It will
What the
not.
fuck? Like, does it really need to be, like, you know?
But it is like as thin as a dime.
It is thin as a dime, and it's the fastest one that's been made. It has 3
Of
processors.
course, it better be.
Damn. Yeah, better
It
fucking.
better be faster every time
Yeah.
they make a new
It
one.
has 3 simultaneous processors running at the same time.
Jesus Christ. The Snapdragon or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they said that this thing, they don't recommend anything closer than putting it in a backpack because it's going to get really fucking hot.
Yeah. That's not
No
something-
fans with
Yeah.
3 processors. That sounds dangerous,
Yeah, it
doesn't
sounds like that thing's going to blow up in somebody's ear.
it?
That's why I was always afraid. I remember my cousin, when he was looking at laptops, he was like, well, I'm thinking about I should get this one. It's one of those, like, thin as an envelope laptops.
Mm-hmm. With no
I'm
fan
like-
in it.
I'm like, dude, you don't want this. He's like, why not? It's small, it's thin. I'm like, it's gonna get stupid hot on your lap, and not only is your lap gonna burn, that thing can possibly literally burn out on you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's bad enough we're bringing in enough, microwave technology in the cell phones we got. The bigger it gets, the more waves it's going to collect.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to end up with large tumors in our legs and shit because we stick our
that's not
phones in
gonna-
our pockets.
That's not gonna happen for me. I wear my tin foil.
You have your tinfoil hat?
Yeah, I look
I
like
wear my
I,
whole
I,
body.
I look like I belong in the Whoville.
I look like I belong, with the Tin Man. My whole body's wrapped in aluminum foil.
Fig says, I'm going to wait for the 60-inch cell phone. Big screen Angry Birds, fool.
Well, by then, Angry Birds be gone. It'd be Flappy Bird 2072.
Yeah, Flappy Bird, the 6th edition.
It cracks me the fuck up that dude fucking couldn't take the hype.
So he just pulled it completely off the market?
I still
Mhm.
have it.
I still have it.
No,
Huh.
I thought he brought it back.
No,
I thought he said he was gonna bring it back.
he might. I don't know, but he couldn't take the hype, dude. He was getting 50 G's a day for as long as that thing was out.
It wasn't the hype. It just he couldn't take the death threats.
Yeah.
He couldn't. He was literally afraid for his life. It was somebody who. It's weird. It was like
It's the internet, man.
no. He went from yeah, but he went from pretty much kind of it
Normal
getting
everyday
bought here
kid.
and there. It was just like normal everyday whatever, and then one day it just booms. So like 1 second you're like, oh my god, this is big. I did awesome, and then those same people that went boom, all giant
Shut up.
wave right back at you.
Yep.
Because it got butt hurt because it can't beat the fucking game.
Okay, so it was like it's not a game that has like you can't just beat it. It's like kind of like Tetris. You have to keep
it's a
going and
wave-based
going.
game, pretty much. You know,
Uh,
it's just like a wave-based game. You just sit there and you just keep doing it over and over and over. Once you die, you die. Like that's it. Start all over. Like the old, like Tetris, like Asteroids. Like it's
No,
just
I
kind of it's score-based.
Mm-hmm.
Get the highest score, start over. Try to beat your score.
I always enjoyed Tetris, though.
I thought that was always a fun game. I never was any good at it, but I enjoyed it.
I
like
love
playing
Tetris.
Tetris in real life.
Tetris in real life.
Oh yeah, whenever you go on like family trips or whatever, or you're just going to like, for me, Mexican family, like we're going to go visit grandma. And by that means we have all this food to take with us, and then you have your stuff because when I was younger, you like bring your toys and whatever and anything
Right.
else, and you got to put it all in the trunk. The trunk was already somewhat semi-filled, but you had to figure out a way to make sure that the food doesn't tip over and get crushed, and your stuff was still there. I'm like, give me that. And then in my head it was always do 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 do.
That shit was always amusing. Like, that's kind of how it is, like, with my refrigerator now after we go food shopping. And Jen just does not get it. She'll just put whatever, and she's like, we can't fit these last 5 things in. I'm like, oh my god, watch out. Let me rearrange everything.
Do 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 do.
And I always had fun at Tetris. I mean, that was the one thing I played on the Game Boy, the original 8.
Yellow.
Me,
screen.
that's the only
No.
reason I bought my first one is to play that.
Mm-hmm.
I got
Yeah.
tired of dumping quarters in the fucking stand-up.
Yeah,
Yep.
the original yellowish greenish tint Game Boy.
Yep.
Me too.
I remember when I first saw it because my cousin had it, and she let me play with it. I was like,
Brick.
why is it green?
Okay, that was the beginning of a very funny story. You know, my cousin let me touch it and play with it, and
Well,
Why is it so green?
well,
it's so blurry.
She was cool.
She was cool. She was down for it. Hey.
Yeah. She played chord in the background. Yeah.
Oh god, that always cracked me the fuck up. The brick of a fucking Game Boy. And my buddy Walt still has his and still fucking functions. He has every Game Boy that he's ever owned.
Did you see that picture of the soldier that took the Game Boy overseas in Fallujah?
Well, they
And-
got exploded, but it still works.
But it still works.
It's in a museum right now.
Yeah. That's quality right there.
like-
You can
like
survive
the
an IED. Yes.
Yeah, the plastic is all warped. It burnt, but you can still turn it on.
Dude, that's awesome.
And you can still play Tetris, because Tetris is forever burnt into that game.
So did y'all see the next generation of NES that they're gonna sell?
No.
Did you see that picture? It kind of looks like a PS4, except it's about this wide, and you put the games like you're gonna be able to. It pops up and you can put your game in, and it's awesome. You can play your original NES games in it,
Are
but
we
it's
talking
brand
about
new.
Johnny's Retron 5?
No.
It's Retron. No, this was an actual picture that Nintendo sent out saying that they're
Oh,
going to
okay.
sell the new generation of NES that you can play your old games on.
Let me look at this.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it too.
Google, Nintendo, new Nintendo system. Technically, it's new old Nintendo system.
See if I can find it. I saw it on Twitter the other
The white
day.
one?
No, this is. It doesn't look anything like the original one. Hang on, let me look. Of course, it could have been somebody just
Trolling.
trolling me. But the one that I saw actually had Nintendo sending it out.
I can Photoshop Nintendo and everything.
That's
Yeah.
true. But not on it. I'm talking about from their Twitter handle.
Wow.
I like the Hyperkin freaking Retron. Or Retron, or whatever the fuck it is. They got them down here where it's like the fucking 3-in-1, and then it goes all the way to like 8-in-1.
Yep.
Which I'm like, that's pretty cool. Because there's a lot of fucking retro game shops down here
Uh-huh.
that, do fucking wonders. Like, first of all, this dude's, it's Game Traders. I
Right.
think there's a few of them throughout the United States. And these places fucking make bank. Because a lot of people are going back to the retro gaming. And the one place you walk in, dude, it's got every fucking Nintendo game known to man. And like Super Nintendo, fucking Atari. The one dude still has the Nintendo action set, the NES action set console, like in the box. Like it's the original Nintendo with fucking Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt.
Oh.
He's like, I got the Game Shark too. I was like, oh my god, that's craziness.
Where the hell? I'll keep looking for it. But when I saw it, I mean, like I said, it could have been bullshit. But and I know they sell those ones that are like they're not made by Nintendo that you can play them on there, but that's not exactly the same thing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that would be the Retron 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that's definitely one of the things that I think is fucking awesome.
Sean,
What about?
Vanilla Ice is performing at the July 4th festival in Gun Barrel City.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Doom, 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 doom.
Yo, VIP, thank y'all for showing up. Appreciate it. What the fuck?
Dude, did you see him do the fucking mac and cheese commercial?
Yeah. He apparently he did some, like, I want to say like something on the Food Network.
He's on
He
the
has a cooking show now. I'm like,
because I know he has a DIY show where
oh, maybe that's what it is.
he's on, yeah, like he does carpentry and shit like that.
Oh yeah, he's like blinging out like your game room or whatever.
Oh no, this one's actually like the one that
Oh,
I was watching was
Is it his
actual.
house?
No, like it was actually everybody else's house. Like he, is a contractor. He's a general contractor. He's actually fixing shit. I was like, dude, that's pretty interesting.
That is pretty interesting.
I was like, well, at least he had a career to fall back on other than music.
So did y'all see that? There was another thing. Oh, the Kindle Fire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're adding it's not an Xbox controller, but it's the same configuration, and you can play games on the Kindle Fire. The Kindle box that they're fixing to sell.
Interesting.
Must tweet Johnny.
Where is that? I'm still looking for it. I'm scrolling down Nintendo's timeline here.
I know. I just noticed Johnny 30 minutes ago posted up a picture of him holding up a.
Oh yeah, he's getting knee deep in some beer tonight.
Yeah, well, he's holding up a bucket. And the first thing that came in my head, just because of the shirt he's wearing and because of what he told us in the morning, Smasher, I had to send him that song. So if you see that on Twitter, you understand.
Yep.
And I had to pick the John Lovitz version because it's John Lovitz.
I guess the only thing I can say is it must have been bullshit because I cannot find it for anything.
It's okay. It'll be announced.
I've been trolled. I've been trolled.
It'll be announced in 2 weeks.
Yeah, well.
No, wait, no. Nintendo isn't part of E3.
Well, that's not true. They're not part of the big announcement. They have their own.
Yeah,
they're going to have their own thing there, but that's true. That's true.
New Sea Green 2DS system hit stores. Ooh. Bleh.
A green one?
Yeah, the 2DS.
Love me some Seafoam.
The 2DS was one that I never understood.
It's creepy looking.
It's flat.
Yeah, and you can't fold it. But you can play the 3DS and the DS games.
The one advanced Game Boy Advance that I really liked, that a lot of people hated for some reason, was the SP.
Wasn't bad.
I just liked that it was like close, open, close, open.
I thought the one that was like, what was it, the Game Boy Advance, it was like the Diamond or whatever?
Yeah, the original.
The original? Yeah, my buddy has that and then has the white because it didn't come with a light.
That's why I like the SP, because it came with the backlight.
Yep. I will say that's probably like the smartest thing Nintendo should like stick to doing is
Backlight?
no, just do the fucking handheld consoles.
Unfortunately, I think that's the only thing that's keeping them in business.
Mm-hmm. Because the 3DS, and the
I really do like their consoles, but actually, I really did like the consoles up to the GameCube.
I liked the
The
GameCube.
Wii was fun because of the
Ha
stupid games
ha
it had.
ha! I found it. I found it. Ha ha ha! I
All right,
found
post
it.
it in the chat.
And now he's gonna like grab a link. It's the wrong link, and he's like, I gotta go find it again. It's simple as copy and paste.
I'm working on it. Keep it hanging on.
I heard you typing.
I'm tweeting it too, so everybody else can see. There you go. It's aluminium.
Oh,
Aluminum?
English. Yes. The gorgeous aluminum Nintendo Entertainment System could be yours.
Are they redoing?
Interesting.
Are they redoing the?
See, that's
controllers?
sexy, right?
Are they redoing the controllers?
No.
Of course not.
Oh.
It looks like they're adding colors to certain ones.
They are. Yeah, they're adding colors. Yeah.
That's fucking awesome, though.
I'll buy one.
Hell yeah.
Look, pre-order shipped this summer.
And this plays.
And
Wait, this doesn't make any sense to me though.
It's not HDMI.
No, the Nintendo NES, the NES system I remember
No.
at the
No, I
flip
think
cover.
it is. I think it is. It's not.
At the
Oh,
flip cover.
you're right.
Yeah.
It's composite. You can do composite.
Yeah.
No, not
Dude.
the HDMI thing. I'm saying
Oh my god.
I feel like this is just the Genesis.
That's awesome that you can play Nintendo and Super Nintendo games on it.
Yeah, I'm down.
Hell yeah.
Wait. the Nintendo 3D system?
Yeah, you don't remember that peripheral?
Yep,
I do.
I do.
I can say that. I think
Oh, you've been youngin' too.
all my NESs were hand-me-downs, and
Well, how old are you again, Palpatine?
25 next month.
Yeah, you're definitely.
But
So
all my NESs were hand-me-downs, and
the NES came out what, like 1989?
that's when I was born.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I remember all the shit they fucking had for it.
And I swear I love the baseball game on that thing too.
My favorite.
The Ken Griffey Jr. one was the
Yep.
best.
My favorite was the Tecmo Super Bowl.
Tecmo Super Bowl was good too. Bo Jackson was unstoppable.
I remember you could drop back. You do your Hail Mary and you just keep dropping back and you gun the thing. And just the little cutscenes that they fucking had in it.
Did you know that there was a glitch where you could score a touchdown and then you could go for two, and then if you ran the 2-point conversion back towards the other goal and you took a safety, they would kick off to you, and you could win and never give them the ball.
Oh my god. Dude.
All I ever played was Duck Hunt.
That and Excite Bike.
Excite Bike, yep.
No.
And that's where I became a master at Mike Tyson's Punch.
Oh my god.
I think I had like fucking months on that game, and it wasn't because it took me that long to beat it. It was because that's how many times I beat it. The replayability on that was off the
dude,
charts.
this shit was fun as hell. We always had a blast with that, man. But I remember Tyson, man. He hit you in one punch.
Oh yeah, you're done.
You're done. We always had a blast with that shit. I remember.
Why is Nelson Cruz trending? Is he actually doing anything now? Oh, did you hear that Prince is done for the year?
Yeah, he had to get neck surgery.
Yep. You know they gave him all that. They accepted that trade without a physical.
Oh, are you
Apparently that's why Detroit wanted to get rid of him, because they knew that he had a neck condition.
Oh,
Ain't that some fucking bullshit?
I can't believe that they took him without a fucking physical.
That just goes to show you. Later, Fries. Later, man. He's got movie night with the wifey.
Alright. Yeah, dude. I don't fucking get why anybody would not fucking take somebody without a physical.
That's silly. Not knowing you're paying him $18 million this year, and next year $22 million.
That's if he fucking plays.
Right, and that's guaranteed money. There's no giving it back.
Well,
no, that's if he plays. You just contradicted yourself right there, Wiggy.
Certain ones, it depends. If it's guaranteed money, because
this year that $18 million, he's already got that check.
Oh, okay.
Next year, if he's injured going into next year, they're going to prorate that to the next year. So that means what he doesn't get paid the next year, the year after that, they're going to prorate that on top of the 24 they're going to pay him in 2 years.
Dude,
that's ridiculous. That's a fleecing, man.
They fucked up. The Rangers really screwed up.
And every starting pitcher other than Colby Lewis, which he ain't worth a shit, he just come off Tommy John, is going on Tommy John surgery. Dude, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get called up by the Rangers here in the next day or two.
Well, dude, they were showing a thing, man. With last year, it was a total of 18 pitchers that had to get Tommy John surgery.
Yeah. So
far this season, there's 18 players.
Yeah.
And we haven't even broken through the fucking quarter-way mark of the fucking season yet.
Yeah. And what they're going to do, two things is probably going to happen. Number one, the DH is probably going to go to the National League. That's the first thing that's going to happen.
Yep.
And then the second thing is they're going to be probably adding 4 to 5 slots to the rosters so they can put more pitchers on those teams so they can pitch 2 to 3 innings an outing. And then they're going to change the win-loss from 5 innings to 3 innings.
Yep.
And that's smart. That's what they should do. If they
they
believe in the investment in their players, they'll fucking do it.
You need to preserve your players. You don't want them,
That's right.
Look at Steven Strasburg.
Yep.
They made such a big hype behind that kid, and then what happened? Blew his fucking arm out.
Yeah. Darvish threw 143 pitches the other night trying to get that fucking no-hitter. That was stupid.
That's completely fucking dumb. And, well, you know what's funny, though? You think about it way back when. They weren't throwing as fast. But way
Right.
back when, they were doing like 300 pitch counts.
Right, and they're throwing those exploding sliders, man. That's what's tearing arms up. They're not out pitching or throwing past people. They're tricking them.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad.
It sucks, man. Like, you don't want to see your number one fucking player go down with a fucking... Look at the Yankees.
Yeah,
How many fucking people on that fucking team are getting Tommy John surgery?
yeah.
And, like,
Did you hear about the Flower Mound kid here in Texas?
no.
He threw 18 innings, 225 pitches, and pitched a complete game. That's stupid.
Did you hear what they're doing over in Japan?
Uh-uh.
They don't have a pitch count for those kids over in Japan.
That's insane.
So these kids are in high school, and all they want to do is win,
Mm.
you know, or they're a disgrace. So these kids are hitting the 200 to 300 fucking pitch mark.
That's crazy.
And we're talking from, like, you know, like 10, 11 years old all the way on up. And this is why a lot of fucking Japanese pitchers come over to the United States.
Yep.
They do good their first season,
Yeah.
and then everybody figures them out, and then they just flop.
Till that dead arm, though.
Mm-hmm. Like, you know, look
Holy
at
shit.
what?
Louis said he read that article. That console's $500. Okay, I'm out.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
out. I'm out.
Yeah, I don't know about that much. That's a bit.
That's crazy.
How's Louis been?
I don't know. He's been working a lot. I hadn't heard a lot from him, but as long as he's working, that's good news. I told him. I
Mhm.
said, "You make that money."
He got married, right?
Yeah, they've been married.
November will be.
Yeah, I think they've been married like I don't know, 8 months, 7 or 8 months. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I completely forgot I was married the other day. Like, I woke up from like a weird fucking dream.
Oh dear.
And I was just like, I'm not married. I'm like, oh yeah, I am. Oh shit. I'm like, I am married. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know what happened. Like in my weird dream, it really threw me off on everything. I'm like, fucking, oh yeah, but I never wear my fucking ring.
Yeah, me too.
You know, and she's like, I'd appreciate if you know, I wore the ring. And I'm like, well, I don't wear it because of the tattoo. Like, I want to get a custom made N in this ring where it fucking matches my tattoo.
Yep.
So it just slides right over. And I told her that's what I want. And she's like, really? I'm like, yeah. I was like, so it goes with the tattoo so people can still read it.
There you go.
Yeah, and oh god, this doctor today, man, was a fucking kook. I had 2 previous surgeons tell me it's inoperable. This dude said he could do the surgery, but can't promise my recovery.
Oh, nice. Here,
Yeah.
you can cash this lottery ticket. However, the FBI is going to throw you in the pen when you finish scratching it. What?
Yeah.
You know?
Like he's like, oh, I can do the surgery. He wants me to get down to 161 pounds, so it takes less stress off my body. 161 pounds, and then he's like, I can do the surgery, but I can't promise, you know, anything at that point. I'm like, oh yeah, that's gonna fucking work real fucking well.
Yeah. Tell him you need a prescription of endless amount of methamphetamine.
Yeah.
And you can get down to 161 pounds.
I was like, I could get down to 161 pounds, but it ain't happening within the next 2 years. You know, and it's just like, man. And then my wife, dude, she said something that just sent me the fuck off. Like, I literally had to just walk away. I was so tired and everything else. Like, she's like, yeah, and the other doctor said he's gonna freaking die from this.
Oh, no.
My other surgeon, and I'm like, no, he said I'm going to die with this, not from this. And when she said that, dude, it was just like that fucking knife right in the fucking heart. Like, I haven't been, like, it's been out of sight, out of mind. I try not to think about it,
Yeah.
you know, and instantly, dude, it was just like my whole world just came crumbling down. I'm like, I'm going to bed.
I imagine.
And then on top of that, everybody thought he left XGC.
Oh, yeah, everybody thought I left XGC today. Because I changed everything to Reverend Sick. This is only, like, the whole reason why I'm rocking this one is because it's for the Smashcast and,
Right.
you know, the new lower third isn't done yet, and it is what it is. But
Oh yeah, I could have been doing this.
everybody, you know, I changed my Google name to Reverend Sick just because it's easier that way, so everybody can associate with me with, like, one name.
Right.
It was always hashtag Smashback Against.
Yeah, actually, I think it still is. I need to fucking...
No, it's not. It's Reverend Sick.
Okay.
That's why Dan told me yesterday. He's like, "Oh, it's finally Reverend Sick."
I just got lazy. That was the whole thing. It was like, fuck it, we'll just leave it at that. And then, even my fucking Twitter handle is at Reverend_Sick.
Uh-huh.
And Twitch is Reverend Sick. Fucking Steam is Reverend Sick. And just like everything that I fucking have. So I changed my fan page to Reverend Sick. And, had Palpatine do me up a new banner for YouTube and everything else. And everybody fucking blows up my shit. And I was gone all day, so it's not like I had a tablet with me.
Right.
And, I come back and it's like, did you quit XGC? I'm like, no. Why? Well, you don't have, Backsmash. And I'm like, yeah, because it's just easier this way. I was like, and they don't need to be... I was like, I don't want to give them a bad name by some of the shit that I say on the podcast. It's one of those, like, those are my opinions, not anything from XGC, and I don't want them taking it the wrong way.
Right.
So I, changed everything over, and they're like, oh. I'm like, believe me, if I left, I would have fucking told you guys. I'm like, I like the clan I'm in. It's like, they're chill about everything. Like, they asked me if I wanted to come back as a captain right now, and I said, not really. I said, I gotta get some shit figured out, and then we'll go from there.
Right.
Because I just want to have fun playing video games. I don't want to fucking have any responsibility right now.
Yeah, I have a hard enough time just doing that.
Yeah, I have a hard enough time just hopping on and playing video game. I was like, you got to understand. I was like, my body is just so beat up. I'm finally recouping from fucking radiation. Like, I'm going to get the house all to myself tomorrow. It's kind of nice. Which means I'm probably just going to sleep all day.
I swear Bubba Watson's such a knucklehead. He went to a putt-putt,
Uh-huh.
and he's standing on one hole, and he's like, I'm going to putt backwards into the last hole. So he putts it back that way, and you ought to here, I'll send it to you.
Bubba Watson is the shit, dude.
He's the man, I'm telling you. He is the man.
He's definitely been good for golf.
He's the most unassuming superstar I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's just a regular dude.
And he's won the Masters, twice now?
Twice, yeah. All right, here you go. Check this out. That video's so funny. Such a knucklehead.
Backwards putt-putt.
That's funny. So you hear Donald Sterling says it's okay to sell the team. I think that's a plan. He's got a plan because he's like, oh, my wife agreed because he agreed to give the rights to his wife to sell it. And then she sells it, and he's like, oh, well, I've divorced her. She had no rights.
They haven't divorced yet.
I know, but he's got a team of lawyers. If he was going to agree to let her sell the team, why does he have an army of lawyers standing by? Because they're still being paid.
I think, well, dude, she made such a big stink about having the team fucking sell. And she's like, I want this team to stay within my family and blah, 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 blah. I'm 50% owner, 50, half this team is mine. And I'm just like, not anymore. And then what about Mark Cuban?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of that he had the right intention, but it didn't come out exactly the way he wanted it at all.
He was pretty much open mouth, insert foot.
Pretty much.
There you go. The Dropbox. Yeah.
Rock.
The other one.
Yeah, I just couldn't believe that it was like open mouth, insert foot. If I see a kid with a frickin' hoodie, I'm gonna walk to the other side.
Yeah, I think if he'd used any other analogy but that one, nobody probably would even have noticed he said anything. But the black kid with a hoodie, it's like, come on, dude, really? It's too soon.
Yeah,
it's
way too soon. Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
I'm just like, man, you're a fucking dumbass. You really are a fucking dumbass.
It's like, you could have used any analogy in the world. You could have said, Mama Lick a Boo Boo Day, and that people would have took that better.
Mm-hmm. And then instantly thought about it afterwards and was like, I want to apologize. I'm like, you stupid motherfucker. Like, what the fuck were you thinking? Like, I don't know, man. And then, If I see somebody heavily tattooed, I'm like, oh, here we go.
Mm.
I'm like, you really are a dummy.
He has no regrets.
I thought it was funny. He was like, just to let you know, I might curse.
Uh.
I'm pretty sure they could give two shits about the cursing. You're just a fucking moron. That really does not deserve a fucking basketball team at times.
That's true.
You really fucking don't, man.
Yeah, and he's. I mean, I get the part when he was talking about, you know, I wouldn't just get rid of somebody. You know, I would send them to, you know, sensitivity training, and that's fine. The corporate world is different than owning an NBA team. It just is. Period.
Yeah, because you think about it, right? If the NBA didn't suspend him indefinitely, you know what would have happened? That would have been mass hysteria.
Oh man, they'd have been rioting in the streets, man.
Yep. That would have been kiss this season goodbye.
Yeah.
Because all the teams said that what they were going to do was they were going to boycott the game. Come out.
Yeah, and LeBron said that, you know, he was more than prepared to do that.
Yep. Stephen Curry.
And he's the leader.
Yeah. Stephen Curry even said it too. He's like, we would have thrown our jerseys in the middle of the floor, but we ain't playing. And you know what's funny? Like, I know this whole situation, and it's not like he dropped the N-bomb.
He might as well have.
He might as well have, but I don't want you hanging out with those black people. And it was Magic Johnson of all fucking people.
Yeah, and what is this, those black people?
Those black
my
people.
players is okay, but those black people? No. What?
And it's like, oh my God. And then all the speculation, Magic Johnson's group is going to buy out the Clippers. He's like, no. He's already got his foot in baseball. You know, he's got more than enough shit going on over there.
Isn't Arsenio Hall trying to do it?
I don't know.
That was the thing, is that Arsenio Hall supposedly started Kickstarter to buy the Clippers.
I could see Oprah fucking coming out of nowhere fucking buying the Clippers.
and then on her show is like, you get the point guard, you get the center.
And you win a car, and you win a car. But just a heads up, you got to pay the taxes on it. That was the most asinine thing she's ever done in her fucking career. I know she meant well.
Well, that just goes to show you the problems of the poor, not the problems of the rich.
Yeah. I'm going to buy everybody a car. That's great, but they still got to pay for the taxes. Oh.
And
How much of it would have cost for her to float that?
Dude, she's a fucking billionaire.
I know. She wouldn't have missed a penny of it. She could have drop millions in the trash and wouldn't miss the shit.
Dude, it's a fucking tax write-off.
Yeah.
Charity.
I'm pretty sure everything she gives away is a tax write-off.
Yeah, everything she does is a fucking tax write-off.
Or an advertisement.
No, it could be a tax write-off because she's giving back to the economy through the advertisements.
Well, I'm saying like the Christmas thing where she does all the advertisement for and then they go through like the whole Price is Right of explanation of what it is and where you can get it. You know, because when they say Oprah's favorite things, they want you to go, oh, if Oprah loves it, I'm going to go buy it.
Oh yeah.
And we're giving it away.
So there was one good thing that came out of the whole going down to the ghetto and fucking dealing with retarded doctors. I got to eat a Popeye's chicken.
Really? Did you have the red beans and rice?
No, my system would not have allowed that.
You're not into toxic waste this evening?
No, I had the mashed potatoes, man, with the fucking Louisiana gravy on it.
Oh, yeah.
I got the two-piece. My mom got I got the mild. My mom got the Cajun, but oh my God.
I like the twisted chicken. Of course, I can't eat that shit anymore, but the twisted chicken's real good.
You know, this is like the one time I splurge on, like, you know, okay, I'm going to eat greasy food. And
Why can't you eat it?
Gee, I wonder why.
Because he wants to sleep tonight?
No.
Why can't I? Why do you think?
Wiggy,
Hmm.
why can't you eat yours anymore?
I can't eat fried food.
Why?
Okay, I take that back. I can have one piece of fried chicken, which is like 800 calories and nothing but fat, or I can have 3 pieces of grilled chicken that's a quarter of the calories. And the thing about it is my intake, like something heavy, like that's greasy, I can't eat very much of it anyway because my stomach just will not tolerate it. But anything
Treat
grilled,
yourself one day.
but well, it's not really treating. Like tonight, like when we went to Buca, I had a shot of limoncello. There's
Nice
enough
Buca.
sugar in that to fucking put me on the moon for a half hour. I don't have to worry about the alcohol getting me high. The sugar's enough to get me high.
Bouncing off the fucking walls and
Yeah.
shit.
Is everything right now like in an imbalance if you take too much?
No, it's just that everything that I take in is concentrate because
okay.
my body doesn't break it down.
Yes, so you're just getting pure.
Pure, yes, exactly. I might as well be mainlining alcohol when I had one shot. Because I mean, you've been on the show whenever I got drunk, and then 5
No.
minutes later I'm sober.
I
No,
wasn't- No.
well, Brett will tell you. It's
Oh my
like
God.
to behold.
No, I think I jumped in after it happened.
You
and
know
then-
why else I figured out that was so bad, Brett? I was
Hmm.
drinking orange juice.
Yeah, dude.
So sugar on top of fucking alcohol. That was like no.
Yeah, dude. That was funny
I
as
think what
hell.
was going on was
Yes.
after the alcohol like disappeared, the sugar stayed in there. That's what made you got sober, like instant.
Well, it's
the
that
sugar
I burned because the alcohol and the sugar and the alcohol and the sugar and the juice was the same thing as far as my body was concerned. What happened is when that sugar hit my system, my metabolism just go because my body doesn't break it down that way. Like normal people, like when I drink, like I have like a woman's metabolism when it comes to alcohol. I get real fucked up real quick and then it's gone in minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So
That was
right now,
probably the
so right now
funniest
it's like the perfect time for your tequila shot.
No, no.
I gotta say,
I can't drink that shit anyway.
you
What was
look like
that
you
like?
lost more weight.
I have. I'm down to 290.
In the
Okay.
face. In the face.
Yeah, you can definitely tell in the face.
In the face. In the face.
It's more red.
Oh, that's because I played golf today.
How was it?
I'm improving. I'm getting to where I may not score as good as I used to, but now that I've learned a proper swing, that's kind of coming around. I could play a full round without back pain now because I've learned that golf isn't so much strength at
Mhm.
all.
No, it's just movement.
Okay, just movement does not give it credit enough.
It-
You have to really learn inertia to play golf.
It's all in the hips.
It's all in the hips. It's all in the hips. I think it's funny.
No, it's the same thing as when I used to do discus. It's really like you gotta kind of get your movement down where you're in sync with your whole body.
Yeah, correct. If you don't know your body very well, you're not going to have a
Uh-huh.
very good golf swing.
Yep.
Yeah, and see that's why mine's ever evolving because my body's ever evolving.
And then you feel weird when you get the perfect swing because you feel like
It's
you did
not
nothing
natural.
at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't feel natural.
There's
at all. I
nothing
remember-
natural about the golf swing. Here, I'll give you a prime example. The grip. Okay, the grip is the most basic thing in the golf swing. Did you know that your hands, this one has to pull this way and this one has to pull that way?
Yep.
That's fucked up. It is a sick game. It really is. It's a sick game that was created by old rich people.
Old Scottish men.
Yeah.
When I used to do discus, I used to do the full spin, and
Right.
it was funny because my coach was telling me, he's just like, all right, this is gonna sound stupid as hell, but in order for you to do the perfect throw, you're gonna look like an idiot, but you're gonna feel like a ballerina.
No,
Well,
it's
you
the
have to
truth.
relax your whole body in order to get to get the maximum distance.
It's like the shot put. That's the other one. I got a buddy that does that stuff. And
The shot put though, that one can vary because I have seen people do nothing but strength.
yeah, but
you
if
can literally stand and throw it, and I've seen somebody throw it 50 feet.
yeah, but the whole thing is the fluidity of the freaking
If you do
of
the
your
spin.
body. If you do the spin and everything else, it looks funny as hell.
Yep.
You feel like a ballerina, but you can get a quarter more distance to doing it that way than just chucking it one fucking handed. And
Yeah.
I had buddies that were like, dude, we feel like retards, but it's improving our fucking
I felt even dumber because we wore those like legitimate old 70s super short shorts.
Oh, yep.
And
Nice.
what made it worse is everybody else, like all the other schools, at least their shorts went down to their knees. So we were the only ones rocking Daisy Dukers.
See, those are, I always called those ball chillers because it felt like your balls were going to fall out the bottom of them.
The funniest was one of the kids he freeballed it, the one fucking competition.
Oh,
And
no.
his nuts were dangling out the bottom. They made him put on basketball shorts.
Reminds me of a Tom Petty song. A free ball, man.
Like, apparently he got it perfectly, like, on the fucking shorts, so, like, one ball was hanging out the left leg, and the other ball was hanging out the right leg.
Nice.
And he's, like, sitting there, like, adjusting them. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, you feel a breeze? He's like, yeah, my nuts are hanging out. They told me to put new shorts on. They made me buy freaking the school fucking shorts. I started looking at that. Oh my god. So all he did was cut up the fucking side. He cut up, he cut the side up to, like, about halfway up his thigh so he could fucking squat and do everything. But I was cracking the hell up. I'm like, dude, you got a lot of balls for that one. He goes, yeah, I know. They were hanging out too.
It's kind of a hairy situation.
And he's like, see what I did there? I'm like, oh my god. I was like, I can't fucking believe you. He's like, dude, you gotta have fun somehow. He's like, I almost got suspended for that shit. I'm like, I bet.
That's true.
Fucking indecent exposure. I was like, it is what it is. I was like, could be worse. He's like, why? I'm like, dude, we had this kid. I won't mention his name, but he was close to like 400 to 500 pounds. He was a big boy. They had to custom make his fucking football jersey, and they had to custom make his helmet because that's how big he was.
Right.
And you did not want to line up next to him on the defensive line or the offensive line because you're like, a boy that big, how does he wipe his ass?
Oh my God.
You need a bidet.
Yeah. We just realized you can't.
No, I'm looking at something else. Did you know that Daniel Cormier is fighting Dan Henderson?
Yeah.
That dude was a heavyweight, man.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Henderson's a lightweight, if not a middleweight.
Yeah, Cormier dropped weight.
Oh my God.
Dude, the funniest thing about that was, like, they were talking to him on one of the UFC shows on Fox, and Cormier was in the background. Like, Henderson's staring, like, he's talking to the guys via satellite feed, and he's looking, and Cormier just pokes his head in, and he's like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, that's a little odd. Like, those two were, like, training together. Like, dude, Henderson is such a, like, if he has a good fight, he's going to destroy Cormier, but I think Cormier's going to kill him.
Man, that's a lot of power, dude. That dude knocked out Bigfoot Silva.
Well,
knocked him the fuck out.
Think about it, dude. Bisping was never knocked out before until Dan Henderson.
Yeah,
And Henderson's got a lot of pack behind that punch. I remember that fight, dude. Oh my God, Bisping was talking so much shit because of the Ultimate Fighter, and Henderson's like, all right, just wait till we get in the ring. I will knock you out. Mate, no one's ever knocked me out. I'm like, all right. And he kept fucking circling into Henderson's fucking punch. And when fucking Henderson rocked him, dude, I remember his fucking toes curled and he just fucking went back. And Henderson fucking jumped on top of him and fucking hammer fisted him in the mouth.
Oh.
And then the ref pulls him off. And I remember him saying it. He got fined by Dana White for it, too. He's like, I figured I'd give him one good last punch to the mouth so it would shut the hell up.
Nice.
Whatever
I
happened?
think there's too much buddy-buddy. I think a lot of those motherfuckers need to have legitimate problems with each other to make really good fights.
Mm-hmm. Well, dude, like, you think about some of those guys have some really good fucking, I mean, what was it? Matt Hughes tried to start shit with GSP, and GSP just ended up destroying him.
Yeah.
I can't wait for fucking BJ Penn and Frankie Edgar.
Oh, right.
But I think Edgar's going to beat him. I hate to say it, man. I think Penn's just done.
He's just been so punch drunk lately. It's like
Well,
he just doesn't know which way is up from anymore.
Penn hasn't fought in a while, though. I mean, you think about it. He took some time off because he was getting his ass handed to him.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to head out. I'm going to a bonfire. I feel
All
so
right, man.
light.
All right, have a good one.
Adios.
We and I are just going to sit here and bullshit for a while.
That's what we do.
But, yeah, dude, I think BJ Penn, I think he needed that time off, though, because Dana White even told him he needed to stop.
He was riding the line really thin for a long time.
Well, dude, you think about it. At one point, he held 2 titles in 2 different fucking weight classes.
Uh-huh.
And that was like, dude, that's got to suck. Okay, for this week, this month's fight, I got to gain weight. And
Yeah.
then for this week, next month's fight, I got to drop weight. And it like,
You know they had to play hell on his kidneys and liver and all that
oh
shit.
hell yeah, dude, he wasn't 100% going into most of those fights. My favorite though was when he fucking split open Diego Sanchez's fucking eyebrow
Yep.
with that fucking. It was from his ankle.
Yeah.
When he fucking kicked him, and Diego's like, I can still fight, and they opened that thing up, and all you saw was bone. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
you're not going anywhere.
No.
You're not fighting anywhere. And Diego's another crazy one that just kind of backed off a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, they really got into that, I'll fight anybody anywhere time. I mean, that's the one thing I can say about Bones Jones. That dude, he may fight anybody anywhere, but he's gonna. Everything's very calculated with him.
Mm-hmm. He does it smart.
Yep.
I still remember when he broke that fucking toe of his, the compound fracture.
Oh
And
yes.
Joe Rogan's still trying to fucking get an interview at him, and I'm like, dude, let the man fucking be.
Yeah, he's like, can I get a chair to sit down? And I'm about to pass out. It's like, really? This interview is over.
Yeah, like, I've never seen anybody turn that fucking pale white. He's like,
Oh.
yeah. And he just thought it got stuck on the mat, and then he looked down, he's like, oh my god. And you see him, like, whoo, getting wheezy as shit. And you're
Oh
like,
man.
can I get a chair?
That just goes to show how much adrenaline he had going to fucking end that fight.
Mhm. Yeah, dude. I mean, and it was funny because it's not like he did anything footwork-wise, and it's just the way his fucking toe was fucking bent. I was
Yeah.
just like, oh, God. And I was showing the guys the other night the Mirko Krokop fight
Yeah.
with Gabriel Gonzaga.
Oh, when he broke his leg.
Yeah, when he broke his leg and his ankle. When Krokop got knocked the hell out with his own medicine.
Yep.
I was just like, and they're like, oh, I'm like, yeah, dude, the ref was smart enough to at least fucking move the fucking ankle over the other way because his ankle, dude, just, oh. I still have to say the nastiest one so far is Anderson Silva fucking breaking his fucking leg on the dude's fucking
That was
knee.
unbelievable.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
That was so disgusting.
it
And
was.
when they showed it in the fucking, everybody's just like, what the hell happened to Anderson Silva? And then they show it in the replay, and you hear Rogan almost get sick.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa, whoa. And you hear the whole crowd like, whoa. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was just rough. Major concern over Scott Hall's condition. What's wrong with him?
He's an alcoholic.
Yeah, exactly.
He's probably got fucking cirrhosis of the liver and needs a liver transplant.
Oh, he missed it. He missed a WrestleFest. He was supposed to beat San Finish and promote. He did not feel shortchanged with Scott's condition. Oh, man. When Jake Roberts is trying to figure out what's wrong with you, something's bad.
Yeah.
Whew.
I still say that was really odd on how the Undertaker, or not the Undertaker, the Ultimate Warrior kind of just called out his own death.
Yeah. Yeah.
When he gave that first fucking speech, dude, that had chills going down my spine.
Yeah.
And then the next day, he's passed away. I was like, wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So what else is new with you, man?
Not a lot, really. Just kind of maintaining. I hadn't been gaming a lot. I mostly work, and then I'm home. And I play in a golf league on Thursday. That's kind of fun. I haven't won yet, but I will. I will win. And I've been working on this swing. I'm really getting into golf. And Kimberly, she's getting into golf too. Which,
Well, that's good. Cause
Yeah, oh, yeah,
You guys fucking active.
yeah. Her big thing is she just gets fatigued so fast. She only made it 9 holes today.
No, dude, I completely feel you on that one. I got to start going for walks again because I'm telling you, man. Well, once on my good days when there's no fluid buildup and I've gotten all the fluid the hell out of me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine. But if there's any fluid buildup, man, it instantly cuts into my fucking breathing.
Yep.
And I'm like, you know what? Like the other day, my mom's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No, I'm not okay." I was like, I got all this fluid buildup in me. I'm like, every time I get stuck going out, I can't do my fucking regular procedure. And she's like, "What's that?" I'm like, "Take a water pill." I was like, and I'll piss half the fucking fluid that's in my body out by noon, and then I can walk around and I'm fine. I was like, but when I got to get doing something first thing in the morning. I can't do any of that.
Right.
I was like, so I'm full of fucking fluids the whole time. She's like, oh. So, yeah, dude, this doctor was odd. Like, he was talking about how there was a patient that he had that had several hernia operations and had the same style tumors that I had and had the hernia operation done. And he was saying how he was, like, touching his stomach and it was really, you know, soft and tender. And when he opened him up, dude, it was nothing but tumors galore.
Oh, no.
And that's why I'm like, yeah, we're not operating on me whatsoever. I'm like, we're not doing that. Nope, sorry. But, like, he was trying to, like, you know, build himself up, like, yeah, we can do this, but you could tell he was all about the money.
Mm. Yeah. It's like, I will be happy to for the right amount of money.
Yeah, like his
That's
whole
not
thing
to
is-
say it's going to benefit you, but I'll do it.
Yeah, he's like, I can do the surgery. And I'm just, like, thinking in my head, yeah, you fucking can do the surgery, but you know what? You're going to fucking... You just want the money and the fucking book that you will get published in.
That's
This
right.
kind of surgery, and that's
Yep.
about it. Like, the other doctor, my other surgeon, genuinely fucking cared about his fucking patients. And I think my regular doctor, my oncologist does too. He just wants it out of my body. You know, he's like,
Yep.
I've had this for a year. It's like a ticking time bomb, and I'm just kind of like, here's the thing, though. He just lost a patient this week, though.
Oh.
So, like, I think he's, you know, he's afraid he's going to lose me. And I'm like, look, dude, I said, you've already done more than enough for me. He's like, okay. I'm like, and you gave me an extra year to hang out with my family.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, so, you know, if I go tomorrow, then I go tomorrow. If I don't go, I don't go.
Right.
I was like, but you've done more than enough for me. I was like, you got to understand that, you know, I have no regrets anymore.
There you go.
I was like, in the beginning, man, I was scared shitless. I didn't want to die. I was like, and, you know, I was like, and now I've come to grips with, you know what? I am going to die at some point. Everybody's going to die at some point.
Sure.
You know, we can't tell when it's going to fucking happen. I was like, and you can't think about that and dwell. Be like, oh my God, this is going to kill me. I'm like, no, you can't dwell on that. And I was like, you just got to think positive, one day at a time.
Yep.
And he's like, all right.
That's one thing about it. It's definitely, you know, it's being prepared within yourself for the time when that happens.
Mhm.
So that's the part that people fear the most. It's like, well, am I going to be ready for this? Because to not be ready for it, that'd be scarier than being ready for it.
Well, there was a kid that he actually stopped doing the chemo from Moffitt. He had face cancer, and he stopped doing everything. And he's like, I'll just die this way. And then, like, I guess it was closer towards the time of he knew he was going to be going, and he was freaking out. Like, was not ready for it. Was like, get me back on the chemo, get me back on the chemo. I promise I'll do it this time.
Yeah, it don't work that way.
And everybody shut him down like, look, you're too far advanced. We can't do anything for you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he
There's
ended-
no benefit whatsoever at this point from doing it.
Yeah, like, it was just like, nope, sorry. And that's the thing, like, everybody's like, well, you're still, I'm like, yeah, I'm still doing chemo. I still plan on, you know, I said, I'm not fucking giving up. I said, I'm doing this shit without, you know, I was like, I got kids. If this gives me 5 extra years with my kids and all my friends, then it gave me 5 extra years.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's how I have to look at it.
Yeah, that's the one regret that I do have as far as when Dad died was I really wish he would have gotten to see Dustin graduate because that was huge. And my stepdad got to see Dustin graduate, and he passed away right after that.
Oh, wow.
But
Well, you know your dad got to see Dustin graduate.
I have no doubt. I have
You
no
know,
doubt.
like, that's one of the things, like, I really wish my grandfather would have been able to meet my daughter Sophia at least just once.
Mhm.
And then when we did the EVP session in the fucking house, dude, that was some interesting shit, having a conversation with my grandfather for 45 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, dude, like, you know, you could tell that he's been around and shit like that. Like, it was funny. I'm like, how many people are in the house? And, you know, you hear 5. And I'm like, who's all here? And all of a sudden, like, a name, and all of a sudden it was like, hey, kiddo. And I went, and Cobe was like, did you hear that? I'm like, Pop, that you? And he's like, yep. I'm like, holy, like, I got goosebumps when that happened. I was just like,
Wow.
this is awesome. Like, my grandfather was like my best friend.
Right.
You know, I could talk to him. Like, it was one of those, like, I had depression, and everybody else in the family just kind of shied away from it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, didn't touch it. You weren't depressed. You know, you're fine. And I could talk to him about anything and everything that was going on in my life. And he could talk to me, but he couldn't talk to like my mom because my mom was in denial that he wasn't depressed. He was just, bored.
Right.
And a lot of people were that way, and him and I would just bullshit on the phone for like hours on end just to cheer each other up and shit like that.
Right.
And, when he passed away, it hit really bad. I mean, dude, I was asked by him if I could see myself in another, for the rest of my life, spending the rest of my life with the current girlfriend that I had. And I said, no. And he goes, then what are you doing with her now? He goes, it's pointless. He's like, just get rid of her. I said, all right, works for me. So the day he passed away, man, like the next day he ended up passing away. He stayed alive, awake through the night to wait for my mom. They were on vacation. And he was afraid he was going to die if he went to sleep. Wow. And his whole thing was he just wanted to spend time with his girls. My grandma, my mom, and my aunt. And that's all he wanted. And they were giving him a sponge bath. And he's like, he was saying like in real shallow breaths, he's like, he's like, I got my girls here. I can now die peacefully. And then just let out one last exhale. And was done. So it was like, wow, he waited for all of them to get there.
Right.
That's some crazy stuff. And it broke my heart because at that point, dude, that's when dial-up was still around. And I didn't have cable yet. Like, they didn't introduce it to my apartment complex. And I was on the internet checking my email. I hopped off and I had 2 new voice messages. And it was my mom and my aunt saying that my grandfather passed away. And I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. So when that happened, I fucking lost it. I pretty much booted my girlfriend at the time and my 2 kids, my 2 oldest, out so they could go play. And it was 4th of July. And I had my buddy Chris dropped off like 2 cases of beer and said, I'm going to leave you be for a week.
There you go.
And my girlfriend at the time stayed at my parents' house. Like, my mom was just like, is he okay? And she's like, no, he's not handling it too well. We're just going to let him be for a week and let him go. And my mom's like, yeah, it's the best bet. Just let him grieve in his own way. So I was left alone. Dude, I was drunk every fucking day. It was just bad shit. Couldn't fucking, like, I definitely handled it the wrong fucking way.
Right.
Just a fucking dumb idea.
Oh, well, I don't think I'm going to get over her. She's passed out behind me.
Yeah, I was going to say she passed the hell out, I guess.
She's out. She took 2 pain pills and put a Salon Pos patch on her back. Laid down. She's out.
Yeah, I don't.
Out.
Boxer Adrian Bronner gives $1,000 to homeless man. Interesting.
Adrian Broner wants to be Floyd Mayweather so bad.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it whenever he got his ass knocked out. Not the last fight, but the fight before that, man, he got knocked smooth out. Almost knocked out of the fucking ring.
Damn. That's
just... There's a new series coming on. It's called, you know how they had Future Weapons?
Mm-hmm.
This one's called Future Drugs. What the fuck?
Oh, my God.
What the fuck? It's going to be like drinking that blue shit from that movie, where you get all fucked up. I can't remember what the movie is.
Oh, God. I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the fucking movie.
It's like, is it Demolition Man? No, not Demolition Man. I think it's... What is it?
Damn, dude. Okay, did you hear about... There was a fight in the Dodgers...
Oh, dude got his ear bit off?
Yeah, the dude fucking fired the catcher.
Nice.
Miguel Olivio got fired at
Olivo
after ear-biting incident. You stupid motherfucker. Oh,
and he was supposed to be a really top-end prospect till he's gotten into all this trouble. And the one thing I heard when they were talking about it on PTI today, they were like, he's the one guy you want on your side whenever you get in a brawl. Like when it's clearing brawl, they're like, I'm glad he's on my side, because they're like, that dude will sucker punch in the people in the balls in the middle of a crowd. He don't give a damn.
Yeah. Well, apparently it didn't work out too well for him.
Yeah. It's bad when your own teammate turns on you and bites your ear off. Wouldn't that that would shock the shit out of you, wouldn't it?
Oh, God, man, I just got Mike Tyson by my own teammate.
Yeah, I can see, having words and getting a pushing match, but the dude reaches over and bites my ear off? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, dude, that's some...
I mean, that's criminal. I mean, you go to prison for that shit.
I think they're trying to draw charges up on him, too.
I don't blame him. I'm surprised that Tyson didn't get charged. I mean, if Evander Holyfield would have pressed charges, he'd have probably gone back to jail.
If that would have been nowadays, he definitely would have gone to jail.
Yeah, I think so too. I just think Tyson was so untouchable at that point. He could do whatever he wanted to.
I think a lot of it, dude, is his trainer never passed away. Tyson would
Oh yeah.
probably be the #1 heavyweight.
Oh yeah, he would have been. He would have been bigger than Muhammad Ali if Custis would have lived. Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
because once he passed away, dude, he lost all. Like, he went down the dark path of just what the fuck is wrong with Mike Tyson.
Yeah. He reverted to what he was as a teenager.
He did. And what's like, it's funny now that he does dove racing.
Yeah. And that one man show that he did,
Mm-hmm.
that was actually pretty good. I'm surprised he held it together that long.
He was just like, what the fuck? And then the fact that he's doing movies here and there. And apparently Mike Tyson's like a really down-to-earth dude.
Yeah, once they stripped away all the bullshit and all his bad element he kept around him at all times.
Yeah, like now that he's, realized like he doesn't need the entourage and everything else, like he's a really chill fucking dude, but I'd still be scared shitless to fucking...
Ooh, that's creepy.
What?
Somebody took a picture of lightning strike hitting One World Trade Center.
Oh.
Hang on, you gotta see this. Oh shit, that's fucked up.
Putting it in the chat?
Hang on, I'm just retweeting it out. I'll send. Oh, I'm not allowed to perform that action.
Oh shit, I see it.
That's
yeah, dude. On Newsbreak or whatever?
Yeah, on Newsbreaker.
Yeah, dude, dude, that looks like, what that reminds me of? Ghostbusters.
Yep, sure does.
That's crazy.
Sure does. I hope they got that bitch grounded good.
Yeah, is that fucking building done?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's done. They haven't opened up the office spaces yet, but the building itself, yeah, it's done.
That's awesome. My wife, her old company, you know how they have the Forever Waterfalls going?
Uh-huh.
Her company supplied the tarp. That's underneath all that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they had to get, oh my God. She's like, that thing went through like 27 different checkpoints by the government. She's like, we had them here at the frickin',
Yeah, I imagine so.
She was saying that they had like the bomb dogs there, making sure that there were no like, explosives. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, they didn't. She's like, the government don't play around when it's for something like that. I'm like,
yeah, they're the same way because they replaced pillars and shit at Pearl Harbor. They replace shit like that all the time, and it's still locked down every day because they know that Pearl Harbor Memorial part. They're like, yeah, if this was one terrorist place, that's one because that would be a big statement. Yeah, we would, boy, that'd cause another damn war. We would start a war over some bullshit like that.
Now, it's funny, everybody's like, do you ever go to the Pearl Harbor? And I'm like, to be honest with you, I'm like, I try not to. And they're like, why?
That'd be tough. That'd be tough, man.
I'm like, like, my neighbor, my old neighbor was actually at Pearl Harbor. And, he showed me all the medals and everything else. He's like, I experienced Pearl Harbor. I was like, wow. This is the type of dude that I would, Ken Husselong was his name. And I would go over to his house at night, dude, and we're talking, I'm like 15, 16 years old, and I would just listen to war stories from this guy. And I would just sit there, and I remember when I turned 21, he came and visited the area, and I bought him beers at the fucking VFW the whole fucking day. I wouldn't let him buy a beer.
Right.
I wouldn't let him pay for one, and everybody's like, why? I'm like, he's a World War II vet. And they're like, what? I'm like, oh, yeah. They're like, no, like, even the bartender was like, this man does not pay for any drinks in here whatsoever. And he was like, okay.
And the one thing about Pearl Harbor, it is the one memorial involved with the United States. Those guys are still down there.
Yeah, I know. They didn't drag the bodies out, dude.
No. But, I mean, we really didn't have the technology to do that at that point.
No, we didn't.
But, man, just to know when you go there, they're still down there.
It's an eerie feeling, dude, going there. I'm not going to lie. Like, I've been there before, and it's very, very eerie. Oof. Like, the hairs on the back of my neck stand up every single time I go down there.
I bet. I've always wanted to go to Normandy just to see, because my grandfather was in D-Day. And just to see that, oh, man, it gives me chills just thinking about it. I can just remember. And then to see all of the, the just the lines of the crosses and stuff because it's all right there.
Oh yeah,
that'd be an awesome trip. That'd be awesome.
Like, going down to D.C. when you get to watch the guard changing of the guard at the
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I've seen
Dude,
that. Yeah.
I've seen it live, dude, and that like I just get chills every single time.
Yep.
You know, like
And just as far as you can see at Arlington, it's just nothing
but crosses and freaking yeah, dude. I'll tell you what, it's just wow. Like you go there and it's another one that's just like an eerie feeling, just like wow. Look at what all these men have done for our country.
I mean, hell, there's the soldiers from the Civil War buried there.
Yep.
That's crazy. I was listening to this video or this audio file today when they were talking about you know who Kid Craddock is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it was one of them, and he was talking about Memorial Day and how Memorial Day, is all about barbecue and an extra day off. And this was back in like 2012, and he was talking about how Memorial Day, they were people protesting the war on Memorial Day, and he's like, I don't think people understand about Memorial Day. He's like, we didn't live back in the days of the Civil War, but we worry about 1,000 soldiers that have died in the past year, which is awful. They're like, Memorial Day was created because 700,000 Americans died in the Civil War. 700,000.
That's a lot of fucking people. Dude.
Holy shit! And that's just the ones that were counted.
Mm-hmm.
There's no telling how many, just regular Joes decided to fight against their neighbor across the street.
Mm-hmm.
There's no telling how many people died in the Civil War. That is nuts.
It's craziness. And, like, what that war fucking did, like, it's really weird, like, how that war shaped our country.
It teetered right there.
Yep. If we didn't have that, like, if we never had that Civil War, like, our country would be completely fucking different.
Absolutely.
I remember going to Georgia, and there's a bell, apparently, from one of the towers that they gave to the South Army, to Robert E. Lee, and they said when they win the war, they'll return the bell. The bell has not ever been back since. But it's craziness, man. I mean, I think it's just, like, what is really cool is Robert Duvall is a ancestor of Robert E. Lee.
Really? I didn't know that.
Tom Hanks is an ancestor of Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, yeah, I did know that.
Like, that was, like, dude, like, certain things I was just like, wow. And it was funny when, I think it was Gods and Generals was the movie, and Robert Duvall actually played Robert E. Lee. Like, that's when they discovered his lineage. I was like, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, that'd be something.
I was like, that's craziness just on how... I love American history, dude. I fucking love that stuff.
Yeah, I always dug it whenever I was in high school and middle school. I loved it.
Dude, I loved living in Pennsylvania because we had Gettysburg. Like, an hour and a half from us, man. Right. I remember, this is the creepiest moment I've ever had at Gettysburg. Before I was like, I think I was about 18. We went down there for a tour. And I was like, you guys doing a reenactment? And the lady's like,
oh, that'd be cool.
And she's like, no, why? I'm like, because we just saw like 5 Southern soldiers carrying the Confederate flag. And she's like, no, there's no reenactment today. You go running back to the fucking thing and nobody's there. I was like, what the fuck? Wow. And my buddy's like, dude, he's like, bring your fucking recorder with you, man. He's like, you will hear voices in the background.
I bet.
It's like, you'll hear cannon fucking fire at night, the whole fucking nine. I'm like, that's awesome. And he's got video. It looks like soldiers just fucking marching in through the fucking woods.
Wow.
On fucking, yeah, he's got the fucking, what's it called? The night cam. And it looks like soldiers fucking marching through the woods and shit. I was like,
that's
I was creepy. Like, yeah, I was like, dude, that's fucking creepy as shit.
Yeah, you don't know what side they're on. They may have still a problem with those folks.
He's brown.
Yeah. Didn't we get rid of the rest of them?
You ain't free?
You fucking look at a night vision camera, it looks like Donald Sterling.
Dude, that guy looks like he's dying already as it is.
They said that he really has the onset of Alzheimer's, and that makes sense. I mean, not to excuse the racist comment or anything, but I mean, he looks like he may have a little touch of Alzheimer's.
Something, man, because he did not look healthy when they did that interview on Anderson Cooper.
And he was talking to Anderson Cooper like there wasn't a camera there.
Yeah, I know.
It's like when he was talking about, he's like, oh, what role model is he? He's got AIDS. Motherfucker, did you just say that out loud?
Yep.
It's like we know he's got AIDS, but why don't you just, stomp the man's pride in the ground?
I was going to say, for a man that's got AIDS, he looks like he's doing pretty damn well.
He's got the money to,
Yeah.
to stay away from being,
Sick.
full-blown AIDS. He's just
Yeah.
HIV positive.
And it's like, you know what? Yeah, he is a damn fucking positive role model. Want better than you fucking racist.
Oh, hell, he puts, movie theaters and Starbucks and all kinds of shit.
Oh, yeah, giving people fucking jobs and shit like that.
Absolutely.
Sterling, what have you done?
Yeah, it's not like he throws money at them. He makes them earn their own money. And, people ought to fucking take notes and figure that shit out. People don't want to be given shit. They just want to be given a chance to make their own money.
And that's the thing, Donald Sterling don't fucking get it. And he instantly just, I don't know, his wife's just as fucking batshit crazy.
Yeah, I can't believe she's been married to him this long. I mean, I guarantee that wallet's got something to do with that, being married to a billionaire.
Well, dude, she even said, like, my family doesn't condone, we don't have the same beliefs as my estranged husband. And then that night on TMZ, they fucking get them both coming out of a restaurant that they just got done eating dinner.
Oh, sure.
And she's like, he didn't say any of that stuff.
Yeah.
And
They
like,
just needed somebody to save face for a little while because nobody was listening to him. Thought maybe they'd listen to her for a little while.
But I'm like, hold on, you're defending him now? At first you said you were disgusted with what he had
crazy.
done. I'm like, bitch, you're fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And honestly, there's no way in hell. The NBA, it was funny when they're like, would you still let, his wife own, half? No.
No way.
Doc Rivers is like, I will be finding a new job next year. And I personally think that if she were to fucking keep half the team, they should allow that whole entire team to go to free agency.
That would teach him a fucking lesson.
And you know what would happen? The Clippers would have nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody would go fucking play for them. They'd have to hire people off the fucking streets.
They'd have the guys that mop the sweat off the floor taking the basketball court the next day.
Yep. Because nobody would fucking play for them.
No,
oh, man.
no one.
That's like
no one would want to be associated with that.
Oh yeah, dude. That's like scabs coming in and fucking playing for like when there's a fucking strike going on.
Yep.
You can't pay me enough.
Yep.
And
I wouldn't want anything to do with that.
No, hell no, dude. I couldn't fucking believe that shit. I was like, you gotta be fucking.
And then you hear the greatest basketball player in the world right now talking about, I'll sit out a whole year if they're not sold by then. I guarantee you, fucking Sterling, he was done right then.
Mm-hmm.
Because if LeBron's gonna hold the whole league hostage by the balls, he's gonna win.
Yep.
Just imagine, just say he said like, I'm gonna go play in Italy next year. Oh my God, the NBA would be servicing him with the highest price hookers every night, just to make sure he didn't go to Italy. Because that's what Kobe's threatening now too. Which, I mean, he's kind of past the point where he can demand shit anymore.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
he still can.
The league can go on without Kobe Bryant. His 5 rings, he's good to go.
But the funny thing is, he still has leverage on the Lakers. Man.
He does.
I could see him retiring and coming back as a coach or something of that sort. Like coming back as like an executive for the Lakers.
Oh, sure. Well, here's the thing.
They're trying to get Byron Scott, aren't they?
They are. And I think if the next year doesn't work out for the Buss family, for the Lakers, Magic will own them the next year.
Yep.
And as it should be.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
I mean, he's a Laker till he dies.
Oh,
That's
God,
all there is to it.
And it's just funny, though, like how much pull Kobe has. Because I remember when the Lakers first got him, they traded Charlotte.
That's right.
He was number 8, and he went to number 24. He didn't want to have 23 because he didn't want to disrespect the number.
Yep.
So he went to number 24.
Yep.
And he was good back then, man. Damn good. For a kid that came out of college or out of high school.
Oh, you could see it. Yeah, he had star written all over him.
Same with LeBron, man.
Yep.
And I love that the NBA installed that rule. You have to do 2 years.
Yep. And, I really followed LeBron, too, and I knew, in high school, the hype, I was like, this hype isn't manufactured. He is that fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
And then the whole Cleveland thing, and I haven't really cared about him since. I mean, I recognize he's the greatest
Mhm.
right now. I recognize that, but still, his fucking ego, man. Oh my God, that's one thing about Michael Jordan. He may have been the greatest, and he may not have had the greatest ego out in public.
He was very-
LeBron says shit all the time. It's like, dude, really? You're the best. Just fucking know that. You don't have to fucking say it.
yeah,
Just like
you-
when he talks about the Mount Rushmore and he didn't put, he didn't put Oscar Robinson on. It's like, how do you pick the top 3? I mean, give me 5 at least. You pick 3, get the fuck out of here.
yeah, it
That's
cracks
nuts.
me up that like Jordan was very humble on the court and off, very humble on the court and to
Yeah.
the press.
Yeah.
He was-
Well, to the crowd, because I guarantee you ask anybody, he was the biggest shit talker on the court that
Oh
you
yeah,
ever
oh
met.
god, yeah, oh god, yeah. But you know what though? He had the skills to back it up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. That's why with Gary Payton, he might have been the biggest shit talker in the history of the game, but he didn't have the best game in the history of the game.
Mm-mm.
But Michael Jordan did.
The glove. Oh my god, that still cracks me
I
up.
loved Gary Payton. I love to see him talk shit to fucking Karl Malone. It was the best.
I love the fact that he's on Fox Sports 1.
Yeah.
I love watching that shit. Like that's, and it sucks that it's a nighttime show, but they replay it so many times the next
Right.
day.
Right.
So I usually watch that, and then I'll go watch Sports Center because it's always like after 8 o'clock. It's a completely new Sports Center every fucking time.
Yeah.
But it's funny though. It's Fox Sports 1 with fucking Gary Payton and Donovan McNabb. I'm like,
Yeah, the personality of a wet mop.
mm-hmm.
I can't. I never did like Dominic now either.
Dude, I hated it when the fucking Eagles fucking. Oh god.
I love to see him puking on the field during
Oh,
that Super Bowl. It's
man.
the best.
He did it in fucking preseason too. It was in Jacksonville. He chucked twice. Once at the Super Bowl, and he chucked like at a regular season game. I remember it was just too hot for him, and he just came up
Yeah.
and said,
I love it when T.O. is like, hey, if our quarterback's not man enough to hold his lunch down, it's like, really, T.O.? Let's go for the jugular.
T.O. was all about himself, and he's still saying he can play football. I'm like, you're old. Get over it, man.
Well, hell, Herschel Walker's 53 and still saying he could play to this day.
But you know what, though? Herschel Walker probably could.
Well, he probably could.
He's built like a fucking freight train.
Yeah. I love it that he can't get a license to fight UFC anymore.
Yeah. It's because
He would.
he'd murder somebody.
Him and Evander Holyfield would have a pay-per-view.
Oh, God. The real deal Holyfield.
I liked him too.
Mm-hmm.
That dude had a heart big enough for 3 people
Mm-hmm.
and would take a beating like nobody's business. I remember seeing George Foreman just beat the ever-living hell out of Evander Holyfield.
Foreman, what is he, like the oldest one to ever...
Oh yeah, that's
The
because
oldest-
he's the first human I've ever seen with hams on the end of his arms. His fucking fists were like 10 inches wide.
The big motherfucker.
Oh my god, when he hits you, you just see a whole body just jar.
Yep. Oh, God.
When you knock Muhammad Ali cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, that's the man.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. All right, let's end this shit, man.
All right, bye.